see. Bum, 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 bum.
Okay, Mark gave us the thumbs up. That hopefully means he's gonna check in because I like his comics.
Yeah, because Mark.
Mark is great. Yeah. Oh, you sent out the Christian? He be funny.
Otherwise, yeah, he's
Otherwise
funny
be
too,
funny.
Yeah. I think I got a few of the regulars on here.
Yeah, we're audio's going on, so just want to say
I don't know why you do that.
the audio is on. Yeah, we're on. We're live. Yeah. So yeah, the audio is on. We are live. All right, so let's just.
I can't
What's
hear,
up?
I can't hear nothing.
What's up? Welcome to Catch the Craze podcast. You want to turn your volume off? Oh, there you go.
That's you.
Welcome to Catch the Craze podcast. Audio Mix. I am your host with the most, the Craze Matt Vera, and I am with
George the Dreamer Medina.
And we also have the squad in the house.
What up? What up?
Johnny.
Johnny the Psycho Cyfax here.
There you go.
Anibal the Animal Arroyo. Arroyotes.
Yo, no intro today? No intro?
Yes, and now before we go, let's get it going.
Let's do it.
We are the only show for independents all around, giving you a platform to spread your word all over town. Catch the Craze is the place to promote to your fans with the Dreamer, Medina, and Sam the Crazy Man. Subscribe to our show and never miss an episode. It's time to get your meds, listen to us on the go. Updated every week, we never miss a day. Join the squad, come on in. It's time to catch the craze. If you are an independent, catch the craze. Making moves on your own, catch the craze. On your grind in the streets, catch the craze. Join the movement, catch the craze.
Yeah, George, we did it again. Come on now. You know you want to do it. Catch the craze. We are. Come on, Johnny. The youth of the
beat
day.
is
Come on, Johnny. Oh, shit.
Ah, look at that. Jack got the, he got the overbite. He got the overbite and all that.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. Get it.
Wiggly.
Burning up that
Wiggle.
chair. Yeah, buddy.
All right. All right.
Oh, nice. We get the link on tonight's broadcast, too. You guys are the bomb,
That's
Diggy.
awesome. That's
What's
What's
awesome.
up, guys? What's up, Joe
Want to become
Holly?
famous by... Oh, Jesus Christ.
Joey
Bass.
Crack. Listen, man, big shout out to everybody who's in the chat room right now. Joe Holly, big friend of ours. We have Sebastian Bonet of
Sea
the Nerds of the Round.
Yeah, buddy.
What else we have in here? We have Creators Outlet, who I always Sebastian. Oh man, we're doing it, man. We're doing it right now. And at 9 o'clock, I think what's Seabass Nerds of the Round is gonna go live. So check that show out as well. And so what's up, y'all?
Yo, it's the forbidden,
What's
it's the
going on,
forbidden
guys?
kickoff show.
Forbidden.
Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch.
Oh, it came from the radio. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. There he is.
He's in.
All right, all right.
We spammed George with pictures.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, I saw that. You were putting on summertime in your photos. Like you were chileando.
Yeah, but that's not all, man. They were cooking the what the hell? You got steaks on the grill. Meanwhile, Jonathan and I were at Burger King with a greasy bag of food.
Have you had your break today?
So yeah, that was
Did you at least get it your way though?
That was,
the
I
Burger
did,
King,
I
you
did.
got it your way.
I
Okay,
did.
that's what
I got it
matters.
my
All
way.
right,
I
all
got
right.
it my way.
Yes.
But yeah, man. So the Kickstarter for Forbidden launch party, live event,
Large
with special
party.
guests. We got special guests. Anibal Arroyo. We
Arroyos
got
con pollos.
Jonathan
Four
Cyfax.
horsemen in the house.
Damn, we're
Right.
trying to make this every week thing now.
sir.
The second,
All the
we
way out.
haven't been here in a while, and all of a sudden, bam!
We're
two
making
shows
up
in a
for
row.
lost time, right?
Yeah. It's like we know where he lives now.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Kids are knocking on this kid's windows.
Yeah.
Let me in.
We're on D-Way.
We are D-Way. Yes,
Yo.
it's a monumentous night. Congratulations on the launch. Thank you, sir. We're going to launch that. We're going to hit that launch pad in a couple of minutes.
Horseman taking
Sam
over. I
has
like
the
that.
ACI.
I agree with that.
So, I don't know what ACI is.
AC.
Oh, AC.
The AC. Sam has the AC.
What's up?
Yeah,
Yes.
it's hot out there. It is hot.
Yeah,
hot out
AC
there.
is on full blast right now. Yeah, we're good.
Yeah,
We're good.
Yeah,
We're good.
I got the ceiling fan and the AC
yeah.
going.
Knock
Yes.
on wood.
Let's just
It's
hope that
comfy in here. It's comfy in here.
let's just hope that the thunderstorm doesn't take out my power.
Oh, see, I didn't want to say it. That's like driving on the highway and being like, yo, I haven't seen any cops. Anybody
You just jinx us, right?
Done.
Everything is.
I was trying not to say it, but knock on wood. Knock on wood.
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
man.
So I'm excited. This second installment of Forbidden. Again, I want the artwork by Anibal Arroyo's Compollos.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So remember, he did the
Here in the
first two
house.
issues of Forbidden,
Yes.
and then Prime Santra did the last 4 issues of Forbidden. So
800
this
pages.
is the follow-up issue. There's 27 pages in this book.
Oh, wow.
So it's a bigger book, and it's dope. I mean, the coloring was done amazing. The lettering by George the Dreamer Medina was off the charts, and so we're excited. There's a lot of great incentives for this, and you'll see when we
going on,
hit that
folks.
launch, when we go live, and we're hoping that all of you who have followed us from Indiegogo come over here, and thank you all for joining us tonight. And we're hoping that everybody else comes and joins. You can chill in Sam's house if you want to make it past that dog. That's right.
Word.
Can I pet that dog? So insert fry name, shut up, and take the money. That's right. That's right. And then,
See, guys,
Anibal,
ready.
Anibal did the right thing. He came over with a bottle, so we're popping bottles.
Got a bottle.
We
That
emptied
was
the bottle
already
right
empty.
there. He did
bottle.
Sam's work right there.
That was already
Second bottle.
Number 2 right there. Check
Jeez.
that out.
I got water. I don't know what you're talking about. I
So
got
remember,
water.
kids, don't drink and
Loose as a
drive.
goose right now. Yeah, baby.
know,
Loose, I said.
Drink
Yeah,
responsibly.
buddy. That's right.
But yeah, we're excited.
Don't drink on an
So
empty stomach either.
and we're hoping, and so for anybody who didn't support Forbidden and Indiegogo, or doesn't even know what Forbidden is, Anibal, what's
I'll be
Forbidden?
happy to tell you guys what Forbidden is. Forbidden is actually my very first project in the comics game. It's my breakthrough project. I was blessed and I was lucky enough to meet with these guys back in 2004, and we made magic happen. And I was very, very proud of that project. I still am to this very day. And it's a project that I believe you guys will enjoy. Again, it's my very first outing as a creator. And if you haven't seen it yet, definitely give it a look. Give it a support, and you'll enjoy the project definitely.
Yeah. So, I mean, this is part 2 of a 6-part series, probably 7. But right now it's 6 parts, and it's a 168-page world extra. It's a full universe with tons of characters.
I got the tip of the iceberg on it. I got it. I set it off. I started off, but he went in like a whole. Like, you know what I'm saying, like a whole big direction with it. And it's monumental. It's definitely worth giving it a look.
Yeah, so just to give you guys an insight into Forbidden, I'll just play the promo for you guys.
Play that
So
promo.
here it is right now. Here's Forbidden.
I created Forbidden back in 2000. In 2005, it was well received by critics and fans alike at Comic-Cons and local stores. My goal for Forbidden was to create an epic fantasy tale that would last for generations. I recruited a local artist, Anibal Arroyo, who took the helm on illustrating the first 2 issues, and only 2 issues back then. After over a decade in limbo, it was time to finish Forbidden and reintroduce it to the world. Deep within the Earth's core lies a race that has existed for thousands of years. A race who are forbidden from walking the surface of the Earth due to a curse cast upon them by the evil known as Nokron. Centuries later, the world has evolved, and so has Nokron, in the form of David Hunter, a billionaire whose intention is to dominate the globe. Legend has it that one day the son of Vox will rise from the ashes of the Earth to destroy all that Nokron has built. And that could never happen.
There it is.
Cool.
There's the story of Forbidden. What do you guys think? Some of you have seen it. This might be new to some of you as well.
Yeah, so I think about what does it feel like to like see some of your artwork like in
bro,
color?
it
Because now
just-
it's colored. Now you guys saw in those pages you see the color.
Every time, seriously, every time I see that, it takes me back, man. Like my mind just goes right back to when I was living in the apartment, drawing the pages, and even like the desert, you know, like back in Iraq, I'm like thumbing stuff. It just takes me back, man. It's deep, man. It definitely. It's serious, man. It's serious. It looks phenomenal, though. I gotta say.
Nah, it
It's
does
phenomenal.
look good, man. It
Yeah,
does look
next
good.
level, definitely.
Yes. So I'm gonna get ready to hit that live button
Yeah.
as we're
Oh,
talking.
shit, John, you ready?
So we're gonna switch over
you
to.
ready? He's hitting. Does that mean he's launching it? Is that what it is?
Yes. So
Yo,
we're gonna switch
John,
over. We're gonna switch over.
The
You're
number
gonna
one.
launch?
I want my number one.
The
wait,
number
wait.
one.
Let me
We're
get
gonna-
the laptop.
It's not gonna happen.
Hey, what's up, Gilly in the house? What's up? Woo, 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 woo. Yeah, so we're gonna hit that launch. So here we go. Here's that prepare to launch button.
buddy.
Let's see. Let's drum roll, please.
Might need to toast to this
Yeah,
one.
we got toast. So I got my drink.
I got my water.
I got salud. I don't know where Johnny went. I gotta fix Johnny's camera in a second. But let's see. Prepare to launch.
That wasn't me.
I read it. Launch now.
And
I hit launch now. There it is. We are live.
all right. Who's the first? Who's the
Damn,
first?
already
Uno.
Already 29 days to go.
Number one.
Jesus.
Number
We
one.
are live, but I gotta fix Johnny's camera.
Me, I was way over here.
I gotta fix Johnny's
May-
camera.
Maybe
Don't
that
say
toast.
it.
Maybe that toast.
I know that toast got me.
That was a
Just
strong one.
like you did Shakur. See, that's what I'm talking about.
Where's Johnny? Where's Johnny? Technical difficulties. Found a way to get past technical difficulties. It
Technological-
wasn't
I don't
even.
know how
it
that
wasn't even
happened,
your
bro.
fault.
Yo, even on the, I'm gonna have to see the replay, see the toast, see if I touched anything. I don't
See
think I
that
did
replay.
though. I'm sure I didn't.
Technological difference.
Oh man.
It's too much cool for the camera,
There
bro.
he is.
Ah.
John just oozes
No.
coolness.
Oh,
Too much cool. The camera can't take it, bro.
Gotta
You need
put 'em
more
up there.
cameras on
Gotta
John.
shrink them down. Damn.
You need more
There's
cameras.
a lot that goes into this.
Way every
Yeah,
time.
man.
Ha!
Too much energy. There it is.
There's a
There
lot
it
that
is.
goes
There it
into
is.
that.
So we are
Yeah,
live.
buddy.
All
We are
right.
back.
So yeah, so it's launched. We got a backer.
We got a backer.
Dollar.
Oh,
Dollar make you holler.
They gave me
All
a
right,
nickel.
all right,
All right,
okay.
we got a
Good,
nickel.
good.
We're
That's good. We're
what-
on
that
our way.
qualify them as number one or whatever?
$749 to go.
That qualifies them as number one, though, right?
Yes,
That's
congratulations.
okay, all right,
Thank you.
all right.
That's it.
Alrighty.
Yo, Mark's like, I want my sandwich. Oh, you said launch, not lunch.
What's up? Ray Felix in the
All
house.
right, the Bronx
What's up,
Hero.
Ray?
Yes.
The Bronx in the house.
What's
the Boogie
up, Bronx
down.
Hero.
South
Yeah,
Bronx.
buddy.
Yo. So yeah, so Forbidden, man. So Forbidden Kickstarter number 2. Well, Kickstarter number 1, second crowdfunding campaign for the book. And we're here with Aníbal Arroyo, the artist on the book. We're here with Jonathan Sapex, who's here for moral support.
Oh, yes, we got another
And we got
backer.
another backer.
All right. Yeah, buddy.
So let's break this down. So first day
$25.
backers. Talk about the first day backers real quick.
So there's a first day backer incentive. There's a cover that's only available on today for the first 24 hours. It'll end tomorrow night at 8 o'clock p.m. And it's this cover here. We're going to scroll down as we go down. We're looking at this. I'm sorry if I'm moving really fast, but I'm just going to get to that cover.
Michael, what's up, brother?
Michael Sandler.
Bro, Mike, what up, bro? What up?
It is.
Yeah, we're
Yeah,
missing
buddy.
Michael's partner in crime.
we
So
need-
yeah, so here it is.
We're still the partner in crime?
This is the first day. Yeah, Crystal.
yeah,
Yeah,
Chris.
this is the first day backer incentive. So this cover is only available for the first 24 hours, and it's not going to be available after 8 p.m. tomorrow night. And it comes with the also exclusive trading card, the race. It's called the race, and
Pretty exclusive,
so
folks.
you're not going to be able to add this on. And you're not going to be able to get it after this. And so it's not
first
anywhere
day.
else in the campaign,
Pick it
just
up
today
while it's
only.
out, guys. It's hot.
So the cover was done by me with the interior art by Anibal Arroyo, lettered by George the Dreamer Medina, and colored by Barbara. So yeah, that's the first day. That's the cover. And so as we go, but there's also what's available throughout the entire campaign is the homage cover. This is the homage cover to Doctor Strange, number I think 159. I forgot what number it was. But so this is my homage cover to that. So you can get that with the sticker, but it's limited edition as well, and that will come signed and numbered. But this you can get every cover from issues 0 and issue 1, and there's a lot of covers. You see that there's like all these bundles. But I'll go back to the top and we can talk about it as we scroll. Sebastian, have a good show, brothers. Thank you so much. Daphne, hey,
All right,
what's
see
up,
you,
D? I got a date. You got a date? Oh, with the Nerds of the Round
all
later.
right.
So I was about to call JD with Nerds of the Round.
As in
And
JD Calderon.
I wanted to make my stay here worth it. Oh, you're the best, Stephanie.
Oh, nice. Well, Daphne will be on the Nerds of the Round, so we got two of our
nice.
favorites right
Oh,
now.
yes. We got
awesome.
the Nerds and we got Dash.
So yeah, check that out. Check that out at 9 o'clock. But in the meantime, stay here and check out the Forbidden Special. So what do we got? What do we got today for the launchers?
So we got everything from the Forbidden Zero. So if you didn't get Zero and this is your first time following Forbidden, you can get issue 0 digital edition for $5. Then there's the Forbidden Zero issue 0 and 1 digital available. And then you also have the next pledge. So it starts at $5 and it goes incrementally all the way up. And so then there's Forbidden Zero signed PDF and the sticker. And then you have the classic homage cover, which I just showed you guys. Then there's the Forbidden issue 0 through 1 plus the pinup. So you'll get the 11 by 17 pinup, the Deseret sticker, issue 0 and 1. Then you get the Sin Viejo cover, which is only available for the first today only through tomorrow night. So that's that. Then you get the Forbidden #1 Gold Edition, and it comes with all those. You'll see all that. You get the pinup, the sticker, signed cover edition. You have the Forbidden 0 and 1 Gold Edition, and it comes with all those extra stuff: the bookmark, the sticker, the pinup, the PDFs. Then you get the Retailers Edition. So you have two different retailer editions. Forbidden #1 Retail Edition. So if you're a retailer out there and you get the 10 copies of Forbidden, you'll get an exclusive homage cover signed and numbered for your store. That'll come with that packet. And that number right there includes the shipping. So you're not adding shipping to that cost. And so you have the Retail Edition Forbidden 0 through 1. If you didn't want to get 10 copies, but you want 5 of each, you can do that too and still get the homage cover. Which is limited edition as a thank you to you as a retailer. Then you have the Forbidden Gold plus sketch. So you got this gold cover, Forbidden 0 and #1 gold. Then you got the Forbidden issue #1 sketch cover, the 11 by 17 pinup, the Deseret sticker, the bookmark, commission sketch card. And you get your name of the book and the PDFs. There's tons and tons of stuff. And then it gets higher and higher. Then you get the Forbidden Risen bundle, which is Forbidden 0 and 1 gold. You get the sketch cover, the exclusive tee, the pin-up, the sketch card, the Arius sticker, the Deseret sticker, the bookmark. It's just tons of stuff. Then it gets higher. And it goes on. Damn. So if you got deep pockets, you're going to play in the sandbox. So then you have the commission sketch cover edition. So this is where you'll get a sketch cover from me. On top of all those, you get the gold covers, 0 and 1. You get the standard cover, the sketch cover, the Forbidden exclusive T-shirt, the commission sketch card, the Sin and Area sticker, you get all this stuff. And then you have the Forbidden Complete bundle, where you get all that stuff and more. Then you got the Collect Them All package. This is where you get everything. You get all the covers for issues 0 and 1. So if you're a real true collector, a fan of Forbidden, this is for you. Then we have the original art.
Look at that. Yeah, buddy.
$500, you get an original 11 by 17.
Original art.
Woo!
Yes.
Yeah.
So if you're an art collector, this is for you. There's only 2 pieces available, and then the
original art
covers.
collectors. Look at
So
that.
you're actually getting the art from the covers of
That
the
is
the
a
first
steal.
issue
One of a
0.
kind piece.
Yes.
Look at that.
So this is it. So we can look at it through here. So you'll see the first pages. This is the first 4 pages of Forbidden issue 0. Look how beautifully that was illustrated. Honeyball did his thing. Then you have the 4 pages from issue #1.
I love that panel where he's crying out.
Yes, that's the Pokemon cat. That's right. Gotta catch them all. Pokemon.
Bad emotional in that sequence.
So so that then
That's
here
emotion.
here are the covers that are available. Those are the first 3 covers from the first series, and the second covers. Here's a cover So you have the Anibal cover. This is the very
Damn,
gold
busting out the
cover.
realistic style. Look at that. Yeah, buddy.
Look at that. Look at that.
Yeah, that's
Then you got the
special right there.
sketchbook cover.
Yeah, man, I haven't seen that artwork in
I like that
10
sketchbook
years. I
cover.
didn't even know that
Yeah, that's
existed.
cool.
I forgot I did
Oh,
that.
the original art. I'm going down that to
That's
that Ray.
crazy.
So this is the cover that's only available today, through tomorrow with the trading card.
Now I have a question. Who's
But-
the red guy with the big gun?
That's Sin. You never read the book.
I did, but I want you to break it down for the
Well, no, he
fans,
wouldn't know
the
that
other
yet.
fans.
No, he won't know that.
Nah,
yet.
he wouldn't know that.
But he would have known that he hung out with us. He saw
Wow.
the character designs.
No, but that's a good question for the people.
Yeah.
You gotta tell them.
There's the
about
homage cover. That was the Doctor Strange cover. And this is my homage to Doctor Strange.
The main character goes through a little
Yes.
transformation. That's all I'm gonna say. That explains the red suit.
These are the retail
You gotta read
editions.
the book.
So this is
book.
the cover for the gold cover for issue 0. That was done
The
by David
Wolf.
Keeler. The
Dave
Wolf.
Very
Keeler's,
nice.
the
I got that
legendary.
one, yes.
You know what?
Yeah,
the
buddy.
coloring over that is
It's,
really well
it's
done.
original pencils on 11
Yeah,
by
man.
17.
Yeah.
And then this is the one by
That would be
Anibal
me,
for
that would
issue
be me.
0.
Yes.
Yeah, we're like flying
The
through this.
endangered forest cover right
Go
there.
back. Yeah. Who did the colors on his cover?
I did those colors.
You did the colors over it.
On the original one? Yeah, that's the one. I did David Keeler colors on that one. Yeah.
The colors. Yeah, it looks nice. Looks really good.
Oh,
Yeah.
word. Okay.
That's when I was a Photoshop king. Now
Wow,
I haven't
okay.
used Photoshop in
Yeah,
years.
no, it looks really
Nah,
good,
that,
right?
That's really
Yeah.
good. Yeah.
Well, it made it easy because his pencils.
Are so easy.
It's so easy for me to manipulate.
Yeah, I got you. He was the master with the black and white, the contrast. He always had that down.
Yeah, big
pat,
shout out to
man.
David
His
Keeler,
shadows,
man.
man. Yeah, I would love
Yeah.
love to see Dave, man.
Yeah.
Big shout out to Dave.
David just made it easy with his pencils, and then there's the Anibal
Yeah, man,
Arroyo's
there's
cover,
line work, all
and
over
it
the
comes
place. Look at
framed.
that.
So it'll come framed as well with the actual book. So you'll get the original art with the actual book, with the covers on. So that's those are the packages that are available. We're hoping to really, I took a risk coming to the Kickstarter. The art looks great. I wish I had the file for each of them. Hey, there's a bank down the block. Just you could wear a mask. But I wish I.
Ray Diggity,
I
you know
know,
you
right?
got that money, boy.
Yeah, Ray got ducats. Ray
Stop
told
buying
me
them
about
action figures, man.
it.
Donate.
Ray got ducats.
Stop buying them action figures.
Nah, I can't even tell you to stop. I feel you, bro. I feel you. I'm a collector too. I understand, bro. I understand.
Yeah.
Well,
So-
let's get in depth a little bit about this stuff. That cover, the one with the where they're like almost like the one that you did, the original art piece.
Yeah.
So like concept, like when you think of that cover, when you wanted to create that cover,
This one?
yeah. What were you like? What was
Oh,
your
man.
mindset? Like what were you thinking?
It automatically brought like just knowing the story. Like when Sam described the story to me, the conflict and the tearing apart of the family. It just kind of like that's the image that came to me. You know what I mean? The female in the middle. That's Desiree. That's not.
That's Desiree.
That's Desiree, the sister. That's her father and that's her brother. She's torn between these two guys that are at odds because of their beliefs. So automatically, that's kind of like the image that came to me, and it's pretty iconic now looking back at it.
I kind of I like the way
Trilogy,
like,
it's like the
I like
trilogy.
the fact that exactly Trinity. I like the fact that
Trinity,
there was
exactly.
there was that you put thought into the fact that
Right.
she is caught in the middle.
Yeah.
And she's got to choose between
It definitely
her
tells
dad
a
or her
story.
brother,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, it tells a story.
And then you have Sin or you have what's his real name? Not Sin.
Starticus.
At
Starticus.
that point, it was Starticus.
Starticus
Yeah,
has his back to his father.
That's right.
You know what I mean? So he had his
They're
back
at
to
odds.
each other.
Yeah. Yep.
Now, I know, and we probably spoke about this on other shows, but this is a new show, and people probably never heard this before. Your thought process behind the story, like why this father and son kind of story, and the sister, like where did all that come from? Like what
no
was
sound
your
effects now?
mindset?
Boing.
What is
No
it?
sound effects. No sound effects. There we go. Yeah, buddy. You did it to me.
So I just want to say we're up to 80. We got 3 backers. Thank you so
There it
much.
is, buddy.
Sam
buddy.
starts reading the thing, and then he bases the sounds,
I know.
not on the conversation
no,
you have.
I don't know that, so I'm just.
Yeah, he's-
Yeah, no, he stacked it
I'm
up.
going, I'm
He stacked it
No,
up.
you're acting up.
You acted up.
You're out of line.
You're out of
I act up. I'll admit it. I'm on camera. I act up. That's what it's all about. Goddammit. I'm acting up. Yeah. Absolutely.
Blame it on the alcohol.
Yeah, buddy. That was a nice little 4-man riff. Right there. I like
That was good. I like that.
that. I
We
like
need
that.
more of that.
Oh, Jesus
We need people like
Yeah.
you. We need people like me. So anyway, so
Get
go ahead,
into it,
Sam.
Sammy.
What you got?
So,
Straight of thought.
I that USA. again, like I said, if you've heard me say this before, when I created, I started with sin, and then the question became, why is his name Sin? That can't be his birth name. That was the question I was asking myself. It's like, no, it can't be his birth name, but then what is his real name? And then how did he get the name Sin? He had to do something that was so traumatic, devastating. What would that be? It would be something against the family. And then the best stories ever told were always the conflict between father and son. And so for me, it was like, all right, there it is. So what was it that he did? And then what was it about his father? And I just kept asking questions. Yeah. And it was just a list of questions. And as I kept asking, I just kept filling the pieces. And it just evolved. But then I was like, all right, it got to be more than that. I said, so then he creates this rift. But then we all know the tale that only men are allowed to lead, right? So it's like, well, the strongest one of the family is the female. So what's her role in this? And then I just started building it from that point on. And then there were characters that you won't know about till like issue 3 or 4 that play a part into this as I kept asking questions. And I think that's how the story evolved. And it just made sense. The father, his sole purpose was to protect his people from ever going to the surface because he was afraid to lose them, right? And he inherited that fear from his father and for generations. So now you have this son's like, yo, and really the thought's not his own. It was planted by his love interest. But then there's something about his love interest. So it just kept asking questions. Yeah. So, because organically, if you're happy and you know nothing other than the underground world, why would you even want to know about anything if you don't even know it exists?
Yeah, ignorance is bliss.
It had to be planted in your head, and then so you think about like Adam and Eve, the poison fruit. So she's the character Eve, so she comes in and she lures him into believing that nothing, that the curse doesn't exist, and there's an ulterior motive behind that. So there's a lot of twists to the story that I don't want to give away, but in this issue, in issue 2, you'll find out what happens when he hits the surface, and you're introduced to 1, 2, 3, I think 3 or 4 new characters in the story.
This is beyond me.
Yeah, I think this issue actually has like a really cool like SWAT team scene.
Yeah.
Right. I think this is where it is.
Yes.
Right? Yeah. It's all blending in.
I got to draw some of that. I remember some of that.
Yeah, that was cool.
I was just reminded of I'm sure John would be familiar. I can't think of what it is right now, what the name of it is, but with Samuel's description, the story about like the people that lived in a cave. It's like a parable or something like that, where like all they knew was the shadows of the figures. They never knew the outside world. It's kind of a famous.
I know they did a story with Buddha. That supposedly he was like kept
the movie
down,
the Matrix touches on it on the second part of the Matrix, where they're in the underground Earth, the last city on Earth, which is underground, and it touches on that. I don't want to call it a parable, but it's a very famous piece of literature, and I can't think of what it's called right now. Is it Dante's Inferno?
That's
I don't know if you guys are familiar.
Going through the layers of hell.
Yeah, that's
okay. Maybe I'm thinking of something else. There's something where there's the story of like these people that never, what Sam just said, they didn't know what they were missing because they didn't know of the existence of anything outside of their cave. And they kept seeing these like shadows, and they wondered, was there anything else outside of their own world? It's almost like one of those like ancient Greek stories. I can't think of what it's called right now. It's gonna hit me after this.
Yeah.
But if anybody out there knows, if you're like a smart dude or whatever and you read a lot, let me know what the hell that thing is called. I can't remember what it's called. I recently learned about this in school. The Matrix references it. It specifically takes from it. It's almost biblical, and they take from that and they show you bits and pieces of that in the story. And Forbidden reminds me of that. It's classic literature, and it's for that reason it's pretty brilliant. If that's the undertones of it, it's very brilliant actually.
Yeah.
If anyone knows that, what is it called?
Was there something that you read, or like how did this story kind of? I know it started with the name Sin, but was there like some kind of reference? Like, were you like dreaming and then you woke up? Oh, should I have an idea? Like, how did it come into your head?
Allegory of the cave.
That's it.
Allegory of the Cave,
That's
yes.
it.
Mark
Yes.
comes through.
You said that.
Mark
You know
Torres.
Yes.
Look at the brain on Mark.
I knew it. That's you said
brain.
you said it first. Yeah, I knew somebody out there would know that. You know what I'm talking about.
Oh.
That reminded me of his description. I'm surprised you guys didn't.
I had no
remember
idea.
that.
I
But yeah,
have
that's
never
classic
read
literature.
that.
Allegory of the
Never
Cave.
read
That's
that.
exactly what it's like.
Oh,
It's that.
okay.
It's these people that they thought all that existed was in that cave, but they kept seeing the sunlight casted shadow, and they were like, "Is there more to our cave outside of this?" And they wondered because they grew up believing that there was nothing else, but they wondered because of the sunlight, the shadow. That's the whole allegory of the cave story, and the Matrix touches that, and so does Forbidden. For that reason, it just hit me how brilliant it actually is.
Right, right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's dope, and
Yeah.
these guys know they're on point.
Yeah, did you read that? Or?
No. I read The Hobbit.
Yeah, regardless of how it happened. And
No.
Mike's like Fast and the Furious. Yo, Vin Diesel.
Family.
Dumb. Yeah, family.
Yo,
But
those
yeah.
memes are
Thank
going
you, Mark.
crazy
Thank
with
you,
the,
Mark Torres.
with the memes on that. But yeah, so
But
so
getting
what
back
so
to the
what was
story,
it?
yeah.
What was it?
When I was younger, I would close my eyes and sometimes characters and worlds would come to me. There's an entire book that I never published called Execution to Die For. The book is illustrated by a friend of mine named Richard Clark. So I have it. It's all in pencils. So one day I'm going to publish it. And he did an amazing job with the pencils. But
Is this previous?
this is previous.
to our
Yes. This is the first squad.
Hashtag family.
Yes.
Yeah, this is number 24, right?
Yeah.
23 or
Yeah, that was
whatever.
the first squad. No, I used to close my eyes and just see worlds and see characters, and then I would just. That's why I always had a sketch pad with near me.
Yeah.
Because I would just start drawing what I saw. I would sit in. True story. I would sit in a bathroom. You ever sit in like a public bathroom and you look at the wall and you see faces? You see faces
try not
in
to.
the design of the wall, and I'm like, oh, and so I would take my camera and I collect and try to illustrate those faces. That's how things will always come to me. So yeah, I always say there's some sort of old poet or artist that passed on that just plants this information in your head.
Well, see, you know what? It's funny because I think we had this conversation. I think that as creative people, we always see things where others people don't. Right? Like when we go on, we talked about when we go on trips and like we're taking a walk in the woods and it's like, yo, that would be a really cool scene for like this, story that I'm writing or whatever. And we're constantly just taking pictures and things like that. So I think
We got four backers. Just want to say thank you.
Yes.
So I think
Yeah, buddy.
I think that's part of it, and it's interesting that you say that. Like you just see faces of characters, and then you mentioned the father and son dynamic. Like, what are some? Can you think of any like really like some like famous father and son stories?
Well, the most classic is Oedipus.
Oedipus.
That's like the top of the
The Oedipus complex. Yeah.
But I don't know that he was in conflict with his dad.
No, what it was from, and Mark, if I'm getting anything wrong, you're on point. Correct me, but I believe that there was a slight jealousy.
Well,
he was more self-conflict.
What it was
was
was there was an oracle, right? There was an oracle that said that Oedipus would kill his father and marry his mother. So to avoid that, he left.
Right.
He said, "I'm out, man. I can't kill my father. I love my father. I can't do it." So he goes into the woods, and he gets approached, or he gets attacked by a group of people on the road. Kills that man. That man happened to be the king from someplace. So he goes to that kingdom and ends up marrying the queen. Come to find out, he was adopted, and the guy he killed on the road was his father. And now he's in that town, in that city, and now he's king who married his mother. So the oracle came true. So it wasn't so much that he was like there was at odds with his pops.
But if you look at it a little deeper, I don't know if you guys follow or listen to the music of The Doors. Jim Morrison has this famous song. It's called "The End," and it's basically a riff on the Oedipus, the whole story. And it's basically he has this one line in it where he's like, he comes in and he's like, "Father, I want to kill you." Straight up, he tells mother, "I wanna," and he takes the hardest themes from the Oedipus story, which is the conflict and competition with the father, which is at its core. That's what the story not necessarily is about, but that's what the main action of the story is. He has that beef and conflict with his father, which drives the story forward. So I see what you're saying when you say the Oedipus.
I just
thing.
want to say welcome, Russ Explode. Russ
Oh, Russ man, yeah, buddy.
back at number
How you
1
doing,
in
Russ
his
man?
house.
Yeah, buddy. Oh, he's backer number 1.
Oh,
Woo!
all right, back at
Fire.
number 1.
Woody hoo!
But
So
yeah,
what we have?
man.
We have 4 backers. Here?
We're at 4 backers. Can we get more?
Let's get it up. Let's get it
We
up.
want some more.
Yes,
We
sir.
want some more. So no,
get
but
the
think
numbers
about
up.
it. Think about it. Even remember when Jesus was on the cross, if you want to go biblical, and he
Right.
says, "Lord, why hast thou forsaken me?" Right?
Yeah.
There's always been
Yeah,
conflict
yeah.
between father and
Right,
son.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
And for some reason, this story specifically,
Yeah.
I felt compelled to tell the story
Right.
about the conflict between the father and son.
Right.
No, it works. It works because here's this kid who's like, and it's almost like like you have a son, right? It's like, Dad, why can't we do that?
Right.
Because we can't. Because you just
Exactly.
can't do it.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, Dad, I want to find. And boom,
Right.
there it is. There's the
Right,
you
right.
know what I mean? There's the conflict automatic.
At its core, I gotta say honestly, almost every man that I've ever come across, if we ever get into the conversation, has always had some kind of issue with his dad.
Daddy
You know what I'm saying?
issues?
Seriously, yeah. There's always that little bit of an issue. And that's very relatable. You know what I'm saying? Like, not just to a man, but like just across.
Absolutely.
We all have that. You know what I'm saying? Like you look at your pops at a certain point as the hero, and then maybe he becomes the enemy. You know, you grow apart, and then after a certain time, like with me, when I hit a certain age, I understood why he said the things he did and why he wanted me to do. You know what I'm saying? I got it much later on in life, and it's all in there. It's all in the story from what I see. So again, it's pretty brilliant.
So for those
from that
who just
aspect.
joined us, we are talking about Forbidden. Sam just launched the Kickstarters, the launch party. We have a few backers already, and
We got 5 backers.
and we're diving into the story of Forbidden and how Sam came up with this story.
We're doing like a psychoanalytic,
love
breakdown here. I love that.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
I love it.
I love it, man. I love
Yeah,
it,
man.
But
Time for a toss. Let's do a toss.
But it's that kind of story. So if you think that
absolutely,
you're getting just
absolutely.
like, oh, it's just another comic book.
Yeah, yeah.
It's not. Like there aren't superheroes. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's a story about heroes,
Right,
but not
yeah.
superheroes, so to speak. So what else? So you have strong male characters, but you also have strong female characters,
Right.
and I think that gets lost in the story. I think people look at some of the way the women are dressed, and they automatically assume, he's
right,
whatever.
yeah.
So let's talk a little bit about the females, right? So you have Desiree, right?
Huh? Yeah, I just want to say, I'm sorry, I just want to say, Rage Felix, I got to back this project that is made with blood, sweat, and tears. Don't forget to send the blood in a separate container. I don't want to stain the comic, you damn vampire.
Thank you, Felix,
They say,
So
for the vampire blood.
the question was the purpose of the strong female?
No, your female characters. Where like I know that everybody talks about these strong guys, but talk a little bit about the females in the story.
So I grew up, I had strong women in my life growing up, and they were overshadowed by old world thinking men.
At times.
Right? But these women, like my mom, raised 4 kids on her own. No education, was abused as a child. She had a 9th grade education, and she didn't take public assistance, and she raised us all by herself. And she was my hero. And she happened to be a redhead. And so when I created Desiree, I think it was in the image of my mom, about the things that she overcame.
Wow.
And so it was like my mom didn't get enough credit for what she did for us and what she did for the extended family. And the men took all the glory. And that's what happens in this book in the first couple of issues.
Now, when you were writing it, and I'm sorry to cut you off, Sam, but when you were writing it, were you is that something that you see today? Like, you're like, holy cow, that was my mom. Or did you knowingly wrote that?
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I'm, looking back,
Right.
because you think
That's crazy,
subconscious,
right?
yes.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until you posed the
yeah.
question to right now, it's just
Right.
like, wait,
yeah.
shit,
Yeah.
this is where it came
I'll
from.
just say it was ahead of its time in terms of the themes with it. You know what I mean? Like you're looking at things the way they're looked at now, because nowadays in today's world, the woman is women are looked at in a completely different way than they were 15 years ago. And this book represents women in a way where it could have been done just freshly today with the attitudes of the way the women are represented today. And yeah, and even with the Trinity cover that I did, she's the central point. She's the focus. She's like the earth. You know, they call the mom the earth. So everything comes from the earth. So yeah, it's definitely ahead of its time in terms of the themes and the representations.
I agree, man, and I think
that's a good. That's deep. That's deep. Yeah.
What I like, and for everybody again watching,
A fresh
this
take.
isn't a story that was written last week. So it's not because we're in
Right,
this
right.
time
Yeah,
and Sam
yeah.
is a male. He's
This
like, yo,
is
let me write about
15,
women. No,
damn near
this was
20
written,
years.
Yeah, what, like 20 years ago,
Yeah,
right? Sam?
damn near 20 years.
Yeah, I just want to answer. I don't know if you're watching Vincent from Canada. He's like, why aren't you shipping to Canada? You know what? I will make that an option. I just have to make sure that I estimate the exact shipping because international is different. So if you're watching Vincent, I will fix that and I will make it available in Canada. He says he wants to back it. So
Nice.
it'll be available by morning.
Yeah.
I'll take care of that. So thank you, Vincent. I don't know if you're watching at all, but I
Yeah.
got the email just now from him.
And I just want a quick shout out to some of my fellas, you know, my homies that grew up with me back in the day. I know Kay is watching on YouTube, I believe. He just sent me a comment about that. So yeah, man. Shout out to you. Congratulations on being a father. And yeah, man, one love.
congrats.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Wow. Beautiful baby
Congratulations,
daughter.
Kay.
Now the whole world knows that, Kay. All right? I just announced that to the whole world. Yeah, buddy.
Awesome, man.
So yeah, man. Hopefully, if my cousin Sam gotta act up, he gotta act up. And if my cousin's out there watching too, shout out to my cousin JR.
Oh,
He's a
there
big
she
supporter.
goes.
So
Oh,
yeah,
no.
y'all always with me. I always remember y'all. And yeah,
Yeah.
shout out.
Yes, I do want to say that. Let's see. It says, "Laugh my ass off. You guys have the best campaigns." And then Krista Joy
Yes,
just
we do.
joined. Now Michael's
your
Michael's
girl.
alive now because he saw Krista.
Uh-oh.
Comic book for some maple syrup, sipping on some scissor.
Yeah, buddy.
And let's give a shout out to Crystal because she has been a
Crystal.
super backer. Mike, super
Big shout
backer,
out.
Yeah,
backing
yeah,
everything.
definitely.
God bless her.
Definitely.
Love y'all. Thank you so much for
Yeah.
support. And just keep backing us up and let's put in the
So
air
I have a
what we
question for anybody out there, real quick. If you've done Kickstarters before, if I make it available for international shipping, does Kickstarter automatically add the shipping cost at the end, or you have to add that separately? Does it calculate that for you, or you have to add that separately?
Yeah, separately.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
All right.
You gotta find that out. How
Yeah, I
much
gotta
it
find that out. All right. Yeah.
You crazy.
Guy just gave me. I just got more homework.
Sound effect. I don't know.
is. No, but that's cool, man. So that's with. So that's Desiree. So Desiree came from there, and then you have Arius, and you have Viejo. So
Yeah.
where the hell did Viejo come from?
Yeah.
I think Sal just came in the house.
What's
Yeah.
up?
Salvatore Medico.
Yeah.
You have to add it. I just sent the link to Twitter. Make sure you tell.
Oh, he's
Yeah,
answering
you
the
have
question
to add
about.
it. You have
okay,
to add
okay,
it. You
yeah.
have to add
All right.
the amount.
Oh, you have to add it. Oh,
Yeah.
thank
Add
you.
it,
Thank
yeah,
you.
he's answering your question.
All right, so yeah, I gotta calculate that stuff because it's different by package weight. What was the question?
Arius.
Viejo?
Viejo, but yeah, because we talked about the.
Oh,
yeah.
Viejo is because when I was thinking about like a Mr. Miyagi type mentor,
So you wanted that in the story. You wanted to kind of like.
I
throw-
wanted that. I said, all right, so since it just can't go to the surface and walk aimlessly, there's got to be somebody, a point person that's been waiting for the rise of the son of Vox. I said, who's that gonna be? And then I was like, all right, that Mr. Miyagi type. When I think about my grandpops, I was like, we always called him Viejo. I was like, that was the name that just came to my head. And Viejo comes from George.
Yeah.
And it's funny,
Oh, you
George is the
crazy.
youngest guy in this group, but he's got the old attitude. He's got the oldest
I like
attitude.
this.
Yo, I gotta pop a bottle for this one.
Oh, snap.
Oh,
The
down.
kids are
Yeah,
getting
yeah,
nice.
serve it up,
Oh,
serve it.
there goes John's camera.
There it is.
Oh yeah, John. Sorry, John.
Nah, I'm messing with
You
you.
need some soda, bro.
No, he's still good. Yeah, you need some soda, bro.
This is soda. This is some strong stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Real
So
deal.
so that's what Viejo. And then Viejo has a seat. Hey, can I get some soda, please?
He was serious. Oh, I thought he was gonna drink it straight. Damn.
No, man.
serious.
I don't want hair on my chest.
Here you go.
I just shaved.
All right. All right.
wow.
Yeah, we don't need to know that though.
TMI.
Please, exactly. We don't need to know that.
TMI.
You shave your chest, all right?
He's like, I still get smooth.
She's like, shit,
don't
I
need to
wax.
know that.
I wax, motherfucker.
Let's see if that gets any more pledges. Somebody gonna be into that.
Please show him your chest.
Please pledge in spite of the chest.
Go topless for the rest of the hour.
That's pretty cool. I get an email from Canada. Thank you.
All right, Canada. The extra postage is feeding the postal bears up there.
Oh, and just to answer the other question, you're saying it's for the is the follow up issue, but you're calling it number 1 because we started with issue 0. So issue 0 was the first issue, and issue 1 is the second issue. So I know it's a little confusing because no one's doing issue 0s anymore. That was the 80s thing, but I'm still doing zeros.
It always does.
Yes. So I just want to answer that question for you, Vincent. I'll answer it in an email in the event that you're not watching.
I don't see Vincent on my thing.
No, he sent I got a direct email.
Oh, you got direct email.
Yeah.
Vincent special.
George is the inspiration for Viejo. There it is.
Yes.
There it is.
Spoiler
It was
alert.
me. It was
George
me.
inspired Viejo.
It was me. Wait till you see what happens to Viejo and who he rolls with. He be rolling deep.
Yo,
We
Viejo's
be
deep.
rolling.
Viejo rolls
Don't sleep
deep.
on
Wait
Viejo.
till-
Don't sleep on
Rolls
Viejo.
deep,
That's
son.
all I gotta
So
say.
just
Ride and dirty.
Stay tuned. Stay tuned.
Yes. Viejo's got a squad. But
He does.
Right.
You know what? It could be so Forbidden could be picked up like by a network or like a streaming service and be broken up into like 6 or 7 episodes and make it one season. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
it's got that kind of capability.
Yeah.
And so Netflix.
I see Viejo as a spin-off.
Spin-off. He can have his own. He can have his own
We
spin-off
can see
show.
young Viejo. You know what I'm saying? The prelude and whatnot. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
word.
His life before and shit.
yes.
you know?
So again, we're talking about Forbidden live on
Forbidden.
Kickstarter. We currently have 5 backers. We're hoping.
Yeah, buddy.
Backers.
We're both.
Scroll down. I want to see what else you got in there.
Backers. Oh, sorry, my bad. Yeah, we're at
Yeah,
5.
baby,
Let me see who's
$125.
out there.
So the goal is 750. We're hoping to get to at least
see who
half of
else
that
is
by
out
the end of the
there.
night tonight. So if you're watching, you shared that link already.
Yo, if we make gold tonight,
Oh, what are you doing?
I'll raffle everybody who pledged tonight. I'll put them in a raffle.
He said, I raffled Jonathan
For
off.
an original, I will do original 11x17 commission art if we make gold tonight.
Ooh,
For one,
let's
I'll
get
put
it.
everybody in a raffle.
The weather's nasty outside. I'm just saying.
I'm just saying.
I gotta get home safe.
Yeah.
And then I wonder why they call me Viejo, right?
They don't call him the crazy
George be
man
acting
for
up.
nothing, right? The
Oh,
crazy man.
snap.
But yeah,
Crazy.
the
I've
question
been
was
dreaming.
Arius, and I'm not going to mention some of the other characters, but Arius is another leading character, and she plays a really integral role in this. And there's a lot of plot twists to her position in the series, and so she's like the Yang to Desiree's Yang. You know what I mean? Because they're 2 women that he's in love with. He loves his sister. He loves Arius, and he's torn, but he's persuaded by Arius to commit the ultimate sin against his family.
And just from recently reading the story, not to give anything away, you always need that character, that person in your life that kind of pushes you a little to kind of do stuff. You know what I mean? They're kind of like the antithesis of like your actions and whatnot. And Arius definitely is that person in the story. I just got that from issue 1. I don't know what happens after that, but
Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
She definitely pushes him
yeah, she
out of his
definitely-
comfort
yes,
zone. And,
exactly. Yeah,
you
you
know.
need that sometimes. We all do. So
Yeah.
yeah.
no,
I would definitely say for females, if this particularly if you're looking for a book that really has strong female characters, and not just strong female characters, but characters with a very powerful arc, this is something worth pledging to and then some. I mean, you have a lot of real positive ladies in here, and they kind of even sometimes show the guys up and say, "Yo, catch up to me. 'Cause I'm handling
absolutely.
business. Catch up."
Absolutely.
So this is a
Absolutely.
good book for females to pledge to as well.
Michael
Great stuff.
Michael Sammartino. When is the Celestine Kickstarter coming?
Oh, that's you.
You
That's
gotta
you, John.
pledge it.
That's
You
you,
gotta
John.
pledge it.
Celestine.
How much time do you have, Mike?
We all gonna be viejos, but
I'm another shot.
You never know with Johnny though. He'll surprise you every now and then. He'll just pop something
I'm
up.
on.
You're like,
John,
yo,
that
what
kick-
is that? Fire.
Here we go, John. Let
this
him know.
is- I'm
Let him
gonna
know,
make a
Johnny.
Promise
Oh no.
Oh,
to you,
snap.
Michael, right here.
Sorry.
He said, sorry, I made a mistake. Though.
There it is. Wrong sound effect.
Oh, you crazy.
Oh, that's my favorite one.
Mike, I was
Crazy.
I was gonna do a special thing for you, Mike, but Sam messed it up.
He can never hear you
John,
talking,
they
John.
can never hear you talking. Get a mic.
Talk to
Yeah,
the mic.
talk to the mic.
Talk to the mic.
Say it with your chest.
Come and talk to me.
Now I'm going to do a special pin-up for you, Mike, of Celestine, and I'm going to do 8-page story. That's going to be exclusive shout out to you right here on the show.
Oh, good
For you.
lord. You eat with your eyes.
He said waiting on this. He said he's waiting on that second book forever.
I
Mike,
know,
what about
right?
those Technigods, bro?
Forever,
Oh,
I'm
What about those
I'm gonna have-
Technigods?
Flip it.
I'm gonna
Mike.
send that- I'm gonna send that to you, Mike. I'm sorry about that. I will be sending that to you.
Technigods, man. Let us know, man.
Yo, what's up?
When are you gonna start pushing that? Let us know. Let us know.
Yo, Scarlett Johansson
Waiting
is
on the
pregnant. by
second
the way.
book. Okay.
Scarlett Johansson is expecting her first baby. By the way.
Oh wow! All right.
Oh.
Yay.
Black Widow. Who's
Scar
watching Black
Joe.
Widow? Who's watching Black Widow?
Yeah, my
Friday?
son already booked me for that. So
Already?
I'll be watching that. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, probably
alright.
Saturday.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You going to the movies to watch?
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know if they. Do you think they waited too long for that movie?
I definitely do,
You
but
think so?
they got my money. It's Marvel.
Yeah, they
I
got
ain't gonna
my
front. They got my
money.
money. They definitely waited too long.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
yeah.
about 10 years too late.
She,
Honestly.
I read that there was an interview that she said that she's kind of glad they waited that long because the character's gone to different places. It probably would have been a very different movie if they did it back then. But I think that's.
I don't believe her. I
but
think
I
that's
think
just,
that's just
that-
like,
that's
what am I
her,
gonna say?
her press agent
What
or
am I gonna
whatever.
say?
Yeah, her
Yeah.
agent telling her
Yeah,
to say
exactly.
that shit. Yeah, that's just me. But
Ooh, Technicots book 1 and 2 wrapping up tomorrow.
Ooh,
Wow.
big day. All right,
Okay,
Mike.
Mike.
Yeah, congrats, buddy.
All right, Mike. All
Yeah,
right.
you robbing the crew, man. Congrats, man.
Good
That's a
stuff.
big move. Big move.
Yeah, good stuff. So all right, so back to Forbidden, Sam.
Uh-huh.
Forbidden. So the name Forbidden, the
Prohibido.
title Forbidden, Prohibido. You have all these characters. So do you plan on doing anything after this run, after the 168 pages?
All depends on you guys. All depends on the people who support it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really. Hold on. I'm just trying to.
Multitask. I got you.
Yeah, okay.
I feel you,
see.
dog.
yeah.
I feel you, dog.
No, I was answering Vincent. He sent the email on Kickstarter. It all depends on how it's received. Michael officially got my gold stamp from the trade. Oh, good for you.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah, Technic awesome, bro.
Nice.
Congrats,
That's
man.
awesome,
Big move,
bro.
man. Power
How
moves
long did
right
that
there.
take, Mike? How long did that take? Just out of curiosity. But go ahead, Sam, while he answers that question. Or unless
It's
you
been
got
a
any
minute.
questions, John. You're the writer here. You want to drill him a little bit about the writing?
Well, I want to hear more feedback about
go ahead. Tell me.
the female characters.
There's other female
my
characters
God.
I can't talk about, but right now. But there's another character. There's a couple of characters that are encountered throughout the series. And I think a lot of it's the influence because I grew up with a lot of women in my family. That, it's funny. I spent a lot of time in the kitchen, so I learned how to cook since I was a kid. And I was with my grandma, my mom, my aunts, so because of that, I'm very sensitive to the biases and the, I guess, the imbalance the men to women in society, and so for me, I just feel compelled to have strong women in this story and to see how their roles just made sense. It wasn't for just to have a strong woman. Their roles needed to make sense. You'll understand why Desiree is so vital in the story. You'll understand why Arius is who she is. And it wasn't just because I wanted to hit it back then. Looking back now, I get it. But back then, I was writing it because I believed in those characters and they spoke to me. And Sin needed a Desiree. Nice. Lord Vox needed Desiree because she acts as the sounding board. She is the voice of reason, but she's also fearless. She's tough. And you'll see that in this book. Inequality. Thank you, sir. He's feeling my, I love you, Mark. He's like, yo, I got you, Sam. I know you're struggling for that word. Inequality. There it is.
Quality.
See, there you go. There you go. Give that Mark that. Give that Mark hurrah.
So one character that I noticed that was missing from the story was a queen. Is there a reason why Lord Vox doesn't have a queen, or why there is no queen in the story?
Yes, and you'll find out in the story. Because I can't tell, but there was an event that happened that forced somebody in the story to disappear because they blamed themselves for what happened. And you'll learn about that and why there isn't a queen. Stop acting up. Trying to get me to give it away.
No, it's a question.
That's
now they
legit,
want to
though.
know. Now they want to know. Now they're gonna buy 160. You better answer that damn question though.
Yeah.
That question better be answered.
That better be included in the story somewhere. Yeah, absolutely.
Yes. So.
No, but that's good. But that's part of what it is. There are so many stories within a story, in the story. You know what I mean?
Yes,
Right.
yes, and
So-
you'll find out because there are players that you don't know about or didn't even know they exist until the drama happens, and it's really it takes off at the end of 2.
Yeah.
Like you think it, like issue 2 is dope because it introduces Sin to a whole new world, Anyway, so it's
So crazy.
Mike's gonna stop throwing out names of songs. You keep doing that.
so okay. Here's a controversial question. Hold
I
on.
like it. I'll ask it to you. The way things are now, what are your thoughts on a non-female writing a female character? We talked about this.
Ooh, that's good. Yeah.
I'm sensitive. I'm in touch with my sensitive side. Stop acting up. So I really don't give a damn about what's happening in the world today. I create from the heart, and you either like it or you don't, but you're gonna love this story because these characters are very important. So when I created this, it wasn't to fit into society. It was to tell a story that I was compelled to tell. That was it.
And will there be a Cyphex cameo in Forbidden?
No, but his favorite. But he has a favorite character in Forbidden.
Yes, that is
Why
coming
you think
soon.
I'm growing the fro? I'm trying to change his mind. Look at this. I'm almost there. Look at Shaku's here. I'm trying.
Yeah, I think when you write because you want to fit in with society, there's a critic for everything, and everybody has an opinion. You cannot write for the world. You got to write for yourself, and hopefully, if you give it enough life and heart, the world will embrace it. And if you're trying to fit the bill, you're never gonna fit in. You're never going to be happy with yourself or with your product.
Do you think though it's hard to write in a female voice? In other words, from a female point of view, I think that's more like
I'm writing the story that Desiree asked me to write. So the character. So when I created that story, I felt that these were voices telling me what was happening in the story, and it just evolved. So, I don't think any man or any woman is going to understand the opposite side. I think you just got to tell the tale that you were destined to tell. And for me, it's like there's always going to be a gender issue. That's not my issue. That's yours. You got to figure that out. My issue is to create a great story, and hopefully you enjoy it and you love it and you fall in love with the characters. And I believe you will fall in love with Desiree. And I'm hoping that you'll say, you know what, Sam, good job with her. That's it. That's it.
See, a part of me thinks that there's a problem with the people asking the question whether it matters if it's a male writing a female. If it's a character that's carrying out a purpose in your story, it doesn't matter if it's male or female. It just happens that she is a female. You know what I mean? And it's an important character. She has an important role in the story. Now, if you have any question of that, then I believe it's upon you that you have already placed these almost these limitations on what man and women should be. And if you don't see that according to what you've already defined it to be, then that's your issue. The story's being told, and it happens to be a female in that in that role, expressing that and making that happen in the story. And if it doesn't fit what your definition of it is, then that's your issue. Has nothing to do with the writer or the creator.
Danny, what do you think? Yeah, no, I was gonna say, what do you think? Because you have a character called Celestine, strong female character. Well, what do you think about this whole?
I agree 100%. And also with what Sam said, if you go to the drawing board trying to write to make everybody happy, don't do it.
Right.
Because you'll never get anything out. And as for female issues, I do think that females naturally are different than males.
Right.
And you have to kind of do research to try to understand their side and try to see it through their point of view. But I think there's certain issues that are human issues. Like, for example, Celestine has, and I'm not, this isn't a female issue. This is just who this character created. Mm-hmm. She has commitment issues. Now, you may say, oh, well, of course, she's a female. She's going to have commitment issues. That's stereotypical. No, I could tell you, males and females, if you lose everybody you love, and there's a direct correlation to you and your actions, direct in relation to the loss of that person, you're going to have a commitment issue most likely with anyone. Because your attitude is, if I love anything, it's going to be taken away. Right. I have had situations where if it's too good, I may say, oh, I've lost everybody I love. I don't know. This may be a little sketchy. And that's not I'm a male, but that's just as a human being that had lost so many people that you get scared that anything that is love is gonna be permanent. That's who that character is, female or not. So,
Exactly. It has no gender.
That has no gender
definition. You know that can happen to a man or a woman. And again, you know, just backing up what Sam was saying, I think his prerequisite for understanding females is the fact that he had a very large portion of his life, you know, around females, as I have myself. You know, it makes you a little more in tune with the female point of view, and it may not always be obvious. You know, sometimes as men we have this testosterone-driven bravado that we want to show off to people, but at the heart, at the core of it, I'm just saying this across the board, if you're raised by predominantly females, you will see life and things in your life from a more feminine perspective, whether you want to admit it or not. You're going to be more sensitive than the average guy if you had more females around you. That's just, I personally believe, is a fact.
I love you.
Yeah.
Hugs everybody. Bro hug. Bro hug.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Drink.
And the word sensitive.
You know what I'm saying out there.
And the word sensitive is not a bad word.
I've never been
that's
threatened by the word sensitivity,
Yeah.
Right.
because I grew up with women who were strong,
Same
who
here.
were passionate, who were loyal, who were courageous, and they were the biggest influences on me, which is why I am very sensitive to people's feelings. You know, we've had these conversations before, George. You know, like, I'm always aware of my output and people's reaction. And if I feel like, for instance, I said something that rubbed somebody the wrong way, I'm man enough to be able to say, yo, my bad, I didn't realize. You know what I mean? And that I got because I grew up around women with values. It was their values that were instilled in me. I just want to say we are at 7 backers at 201. Thank you so much. Woo!
Yeah, buddy. All right.
Yeah, buddy. So let's
We're doing
see. We
a
got
24-hour marathon right now. Let's see how far we can get.
yes.
That kid.
So we got some chatter in the audience. Let's see. So how far do we want to go back? Will there be that we got that? George, check your messenger. Dan, Cyphex character with a fro and all, just in the background. Well, I'm a female that writes about men. There you go. Thank you, Krista. Thank you, Krista. That's what I'm talking about.
Somebody has to answer that. Sensitivity is not a trait unique to women. We didn't say that.
No, I said
Nobody said
I'm
that.
sensitive.
Nobody said that, Crystal.
Let's say, hold on. It comes down to your dedication to your character and how much research you're willing to put into the dynamic of the character. If you write something that is bull hockey, then it won't resonate exactly. And the disconnect with the show and the story's flow. What? And
No, it's a continuation of what she wrote. If you write something that is bull hockey, then it won't resonate at all. And that disconnect will show in the story's flow.
Okay, as a female and a psychiatrist, I am legit about to smack all of you right
No
now.
smacks here, buddy. No smacks here. We don't deserve it.
No. So
abuse on
I
your
think
part.
I think you took it out of context. So
Yeah.
because men in especially men that come from the country that weren't born in the States, right? There's this machismo that comes from it, right? And in my family, there were a lot of aggressive macho men that women needed to be. They were second, and because I was raised by women, I was made aware of the impact the man would have on society and women, and that I needed to be aware of that and also sensitive to how I made people feel. So that's why I say I'm in touch with my sensitive side, and that's because if I was just raised by the men in my family, I'd be a bully, and I wouldn't care. But it was because of the woman that I am who I am today.
See, I think sensitivity is what I think George was touching on before, has a negative connotation in society. And even for me, I've been quote unquote called too sensitive and too this and that. I think some of the bravest people are the people that are not afraid to show their sensitivity, no matter where they're at, what people might think about them. And I pride myself on that. Like I'll say hard on my sleeve type of dude. You know what I'm saying? If I'm upset about something, it'll be very visible. You'll know it. It's contagious. Everybody will know. If I'm happy about something, the same effect will have. So sensitivity in the context that you're talking about, Crystal, you've bought into what society has labeled it to be which is a negative thing. It's not negative, and we know it's not uniquely linked to females, but it is something that within the whole context of male female gender descriptions is usually linked to females. So that's the avenue that we're talking about.
I think that part of that is because, again, look, we are 40-something-year-old men sitting here, right? We grew up around,
Males.
like you said, and I don't know about you, Jonathan, but I know as far as like in the Latino culture, there's a very big, like you said, macho,
Right, absolutely.
blah blah blah. Oh, stop crying!
Absolutely.
Don't cry like a girl. Like
Don't cry.
that. These are
Yeah.
things that we
Yeah,
heard
yeah.
growing up.
Right.
The word sensitive is not a bad word. It's not, and it's not just to unique to women, so to speak. It's
Yeah.
not. I'm sensitive. I don't care. And you know what I mean? Like I just feel like that's just a negative connotation on the word, like you said, and it's because of how we grew up, and not that that's not an excuse, or that's not anything like that. I think that what we're saying is we are happy to write these female characters based on the strong women that we saw growing up.
Debate away, Crystal. Debate away, please. I'm all in for that one. I love to debate.
Empathy, yes, you're absolutely right.
Yes.
I'm
What,
sorry.
John?
I'll use a perfect example, not to stray away from forbidden, but just use example. We have three female characters in Street Journal, and one is very passive and agreeable in the beginning to improper treatment towards her son. Not because she's a female per se, but because she has been hurt and abandoned so much that the fear of losing someone is so great that she is willing to bypass the behavior just to keep another person from being taken away from her. That isn't because she's sensitive. That's because she's conditioned to think that losing people is a regular thing in her life, and she takes that on as her blame. But on the same token, you have a character that is a female that is the most educated, that is the most understanding, that is a psychiatrist, that's a character who is one of the strongest characters in the book. So we play both sides, and a lot of it isn't about gender as much as about conditioning. I think if you're conditioned in a certain environment to a certain type of emotion, your actions are going to express that emotion.
Look at Michael.
Mike, I'm sorry, man.
Spinners don't have a gender.
Why do you say that shit, man?
Bringing it back to the spinners.
That's right.
Mike's like, it's getting too deep out here, man. It's getting hot.
Okay, it's like, allow me
Nah,
to
you're
talk
right, they
about
don't.
gender roles and culture rules, buddy boy, the way.
What do we got? We got. Okay, Psych, allow me to talk about your gender roles and cultural differences, buddy boy.
I
The way in
disagree.
which
I think
No.
that
y'all
that's
were
your
phrasing
own,
your
that's
comments,
No.
it
your
seemed
own,
like it took you having women around in order
yeah,
to.
that
Yeah, no,
that's your own experiences and that's your own
Yeah, I
view
mean,
on it. That's not true at all.
I think at the end of the day, we all experience life in a different way, right?
Yes.
And I don't think that there's whether you want to say it's wrong or right. I don't think that's what we're debating right now. I think we got the best of it. Like at growing up, males in female dominated environments, we were able to get the best out of that situation. I don't think it's got to do. And I understand
No.
what you're saying, Chris, but we're not saying anything negative.
The bottom
about
line
the whole
I'm
thing.
saying is it was a positive thing for me to have females around to make me the man that I am today. I'm not downplaying their role in society or anything like that, or calling them more sensitive than men, because my sisters are way more hardcore than I am. Okay, I'm the sensitive one out of the four of us. I got 3 sisters. They're way more hardcore than I am.
Yeah, so there was
So yeah, that's all I'm saying. I just wanted to clarify that, and yeah, we can move on from there.
Gilbert, and his message was held
Yeah.
for review
Oh yeah. Why was it? Why was it held?
because he used the
COVID or
word
something?
he used the word shit.
Oh,
Really?
Yeah, I have keywords in the chat
I got
that
Oh.
are being blocked.
Oh.
So
What was his comment,
he says
though?
this macho shit takes you nowhere. Grew up with bullies, and all of them went nowhere. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Right.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
So for me,
That's what we're saying.
Again, just to put into context, when I was a kid, the guys in the neighborhood used to call me Lisa. That was my sister's name because my sister would fight my battles and would make me look like a punk. And so I had to tell my sister stop because the only way I'm going to make it in this neighborhood is if I fight my own battles.
It's the
And
nature that
she
you
was a
said about.
strong girl because we were raised by strong women. So, and although we were 1 year apart, I was older, she would protect me to the ends of the earth. You know, she wouldn't let anybody try to harm me, but she was doing me more harm than good. And so I had to intervene and say, look, Lisa, I really need to take care of this dude. You cannot get in my way. And when I did that, the name Lisa stopped. But it was because there were so many women in my family, and they were very strong because they had to be, because we were around men in my family who were bullies and they were abusive.
Exactly right. And I think she said it, Crystal said, it comes down to nature versus nurture. And that's what we're talking about. If you would have been left to that to nature, you would have been the next bully. You would have been, but the nurture, which is your strong female, leads, I guess, in your life, they shaped you into this, better person, dude. Like, that's what it boils down to.
I'm about to mess y'all up. I wish I had Lisa as a sister, man. My sisters were always like, I'm going to get my big brother on you. Mind you, I'm 5'7". I'm not much bigger than they are. Any controversy or any fight I ever got into was defending them, and they came to get me. So I wish I had a Lisa.
No, you didn't, because there was two sides. There was two sides.
I really wish Lisa would have helped me out.
Lisa,
totally opposite perspective, but I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, my sister was tough. And hey, what's up, Jay?
Jay Salazar is at work and had this in the back.
Son.
You missed so much. Damn.
Boy.
I got loud like that. That's awesome.
Jason is a big supporter. I am at work.
Yeah. But but again, so where
this is a great conversation, by the way.
Big time.
Yeah, so where the when I created Forbidden was a long time ago. It was almost 20 years ago. So it was before all of this nonsense that's happening in society. Right. So, which is why anybody who tries to come with that angle, they have no weight on the conversation, because it came from a pure place of just creating a fantasy epic story.
My only thing I'll say that.
Hey, what's up, George Rodriguez?
My only thing.
Oh, George, what up, brother?
Oh, cuz, what up, cuz? One of the biggest supporters ever. This guy's always been there for us. He's always purchased anything we've ever sold as Mass Media Studios. My cousin, Big JR. You guys know that. That's truth. That's truth.
What's up, Tocayo?
I'm just gonna say my only thing is where I would agree with, I guess, maybe somebody in Crystal's point of view is, in terms of drawing the figure, and back then 15 years ago, I could see why maybe some, I don't want to say feminist people would say it's a little sexist the way I had her in revealing outfits and all that. Yeah, I was 15 years younger. It's all about the visuals and sex sells and all that. So for that reason, if I were to do the same stuff today, I probably, knowing the way the environment is today, I wouldn't go that route today. So for that, I admit, I'm man enough to admit, maybe that part of the story, that part of my storytelling
about you
was not correct.
I appreciate that, because I feel the same exact way.
Dude, yeah.
Because one of
Three
the things,
sisters, bro, I'm real.
One of the things,
I'm real.
To that point, got to remember this was created over two decades ago.
Yeah.
So, hindsight, looking at the wardrobe,
right?
I agree. Yeah, we would have done something different. But at the same token, when I created this, these were people who lived on the ground. They don't know what happened. The world has evolved. They were centuries.
Just a tip of the iceberg of the story. You can't judge it just off of that.
Right. So, so they don't know that the world has evolved.
Absolutely.
They don't know about society. They don't know that there are iPads now, and there are cars and ships and all these other things. They've just been they're primitive. They lived on the ground for centuries. Now, you'll find out that there is contact to understand what's happening, but they've never actually gone out and explored. So that's why you'll see a difference. We wanted to create a real big difference between primitive versus modern society, and they're extremely privileged, and their clothing, their attire, their way of living hasn't evolved the way the world has.
But I do want to
funny comment.
Crystal says, "Oh, I don't care about the outfits, guys. I was talking about the sensitive
Crystal,
part." Crystal,
do you understand that I cried at ET?
I care about everything, Crystal. I care about it all.
Crystal, we care about you.
Wait, what was the movie?
Wait,
hold on.
Everything.
Nice to
outfits and everything.
I think you're trying to tone this down a little bit.
I just watched the movie I told you I just cried on. What was that movie?
Which one?
Damn. It was a Disney movie. I just cried the other day.
Mulan. Was it Mulan?
Mulan, yes. I cried on Mulan. I was watching. I was flying. I was flying.
Mulan, wasn't that the one with
the real life one, the real action life one?
Man.
I was on the plane
I didn't see that.
going to Texas, and I was watching it, and at the end, I was like,
that's the one where the little girl needs to get like this energy from the water or whatever. That's Mulan, no?
Mulan is.
Oh no, that's not Mulan. That's something else.
Justice
forget
for
what the book is
Crystal.
Yo, Felix goes.
called. All right, never mind, guys. Forget it.
Felix goes.
Mark Torres, you might want to answer that. You always
Wait,
got my
what-
back.
Well,
Go for it.
Crystal said you can have guys teach you sensitivity and empathy. One of the greatest psychotherapists that created a methodology based was Carl Rogers, a male.
Felix and Crystal
Felix
going at
says to the feed, let's all just support these guys and stop psychoanalyzing the content. Don't put them in a defensive position. Shower them with money, not criticism.
Oh, I love
I
you.
love defense. That's my best position. I play that position well. I'm just gonna say defense. I'm on defense.
Hold on,
What's
let me
out,
just
South
finish
Bronx?
reading these and then we go. It says, and then Mark says Flintstones versus the Jetsons taken to the extreme. Basically, what it is. Hashtag justice for Crystal, and Crystal was I was the biggest backer Felix so harsh.
Oh,
Go ahead, go ahead.
And that's true.
John,
She
go
got
ahead.
you there.
Oh,
She got you there.
snit-ass.
She was.
John, go ahead, Will.
But I will say one thing I also salute about the story is just as you have supportive female characters, you also have an absent female character to show the balance. And I do have to say that there are some times where there isn't a female that's strong in a person's life, regardless. I don't know about everyone else's narrative specifically or in depth, but I could tell you I didn't have any female supportive strong figure.
No, so you know what's funny? It's like when I created this, I have
In my life.
I have an African warrior. I have an African empire in this series. I have a Hispanic. I have a lot of races in this series. Not because I was trying to fit the bill, because when I created it, that wasn't a problem. Because I grew up in Jamaica, Queens, and Jamaica, Queens was diverse, and all I knew was diversity. So when anybody today who's going to be criticizing, they're like, "Oh, do you have this? Are you represented?" I really don't care. When I created this, I created it. The characters just fit. Like Shaku, when you see Shaku, you're gonna be like, "Oh, snaps!" When you see
You gonna see Shaku?
oh, snaps.
No, but back to your point. I guess that's the other side of it, right?
Yeah.
Like we grew up with strong
I
female
wanted to know,
characters.
yeah.
You didn't grow up
I wanted to
with
delve into that
say
too, yeah.
a strong female character. Unfortunately,
Right.
I mean, and I don't know how much you want to talk about your personal life, but you didn't grow up around that, and I think it does
Not in
something
the
to you.
same ways.
Yeah, I
Certainly
think
not
it
in the
does
same
something
ways.
to you.
No, I'm just gonna say I'm not gonna reveal too much, but knowing you personally, I definitely see the results or the after effects of that fact of you not growing with a female, a lot of females in your life. I see that, I'm front row seat to that. And my question to you is, and this is gonna be off from Forbidden, but not really. How does that affect the way you portray females in your stories? Do you see a direct link between that, your background, and the way you portray females in your stories, or is that something that you just kind of go, from a completely different field, and you just don't even look at it on a personal level? You just create in the moment.
No, that's a good-
does that
that's a
affect?
good
Yeah,
question.
I'm curious. Please
No,
share.
I tend as a writer to like the messed up, screwed up people. I'll just be honest. My favorite writers always write about broken people,
Right.
detached people,
Right.
emotionally separated people.
Right.
So I tend to get to that regardless of my writing. But I will say, I'm probably going to gear more to females who have issues, and just characters in general, so females would apply, who have issues with commitment.
Gotcha.
Because I did not have strong
Knowing
female
you, that makes a lot of sense. I totally
individuals in
understand
my
that.
life. So because of that, that's the point that I more understand
I
from
gotcha.
a human standpoint than
I
anything
gotcha.
else.
Yeah.
But I do want to challenge myself to write the other side of the coin. So.
Gotcha.
And then just going back to the chat real quick, he said Niba talking about movie Raya.
I don't remember
Or
the
Raya,
name of it. Is
whatever.
that the one? It's like a
That's the
computer
movie.
animated thing where this girl's like in Hawaii and the Rock is like this. He's voicing like
Yes,
this big dude
that's
with
not
the water.
Mulan. Mulan
That's
is
not
no
right?
Mulan is
Yeah.
Japanese, I believe, and she
So what is Raya?
again she cannot be a warrior because she's female.
So what is Raya? Enlighten me
I
on
don't know.
Raya. I don't remember that one, but I know the Rock did something where I thought it was awesome, and yeah, I'm gonna probably Google it later. Moana, that's the one. I knew
Yes,
somebody had
yes,
my back. There it is.
Moana.
Moana, that's the one.
That was the one
Yeah.
with the Rock.
Moana.
And
Okay,
then,
thank you, Gilbert. Thank you.
And then Felix says, no disrespect to anybody, but they need your love. We appreciate that, Felix. And Crystal's, I don't think she meant the hush. in a serious way. I don't think anybody's angry. We're just having a conversation. Everybody,
Yeah.
Not at
everybody's
all,
cool.
not
It's all
at
love. It's all
not
love.
at all.
Yeah. I didn't get out of character.
Nah, hell no.
Yeah.
It's the
I'm
alcohol,
always
guys.
out of character. That's normal for
Crystal
me.
says sure.
Just gotta
then
know me.
Gilbert says those
Blaming on the
those headphones are too big for
Moana
John's
is
head.
Hawaiian.
they are.
Yeah.
Those
We
headphones are
gotta-
too big for John.
Yeah, we got
Blame
Okay,
it on the
so
vodka.
Michael says,
Blame it on the
okay,
Henny.
okay, real talk. Who would win, Batman versus Superman? And Mark says V.
V for victory.
No, in other words, between Batman and Superman, who would win? He says Batman v Superman. He said V. Michael says, Michael, Batman is rich and would cheat. He would, what did he say?
Use
He
kryptonite?
would send Superman a kryptonite pair of undies and boom, he's done. Gilbert said Moana. It came from the radio Moana. Everybody's just answering Moana.
That's the one. Yeah.
Yeah,
Hawaii.
Moana's
Yep.
Hawaiian.
That's Hawaiian.
Yes.
But yeah, so anyway, so going back to
yeah.
Forbidden.
So Forbidden, we're at 7
Taking
backers.
it
Can we
why-
get
why
to
we're
10
here,
backers
why
tonight?
we're
We're at
here.
7. Can we get to 10 backers?
All right.
I didn't even bring my spinner to do, you know,
Oh,
some
damn,
raffles
man, that is a
for the,
sin.
for the kids. You know what I
That
mean?
is a sin.
Yes,
No
we-
spinner.
No
Yes,
spinner,
yes,
no
yes.
spinner. But ever since Sam showed us his thing,
You shouldn't be looking.
I don't even want to bring my spinner.
I don't know what they're talking about.
You know,
My
now.
spin-
I
my
usually
spinner-
have
my
I usually
spinner's
have
too
that
small.
impact.
Showing you my thing, and you
My
shouldn't be
spinner's too
looking. I
small.
don't know what they're talking about.
I'm just
That's all I gotta
saying.
say.
Too small to Sam's thing,
What
and
are
now
you
I can't even bring it around.
What are you gonna
Have
say?
you guys been, drinking? I don't know what's going on. I'm not the only one drinking, obviously. I don't know what's in that water.
Yes.
Oh, man.
So Sam is moving to Texas, and you couldn't bring the spinner woman. I know, right?
Yo,
Get
we're
him, Gil,
hey,
get
listen, Gil, we're gonna do more shows, bro. We're gonna do more shows.
Dropping the ball on
There
the
he is.
spinner.
There he is,
Man,
whipping it out.
They're hating us
There
for
he
the
is.
spinner.
There he is, bringing
Yeah,
whipping it
spinner.
out.
There's Sam's thing.
Son of a
The
bitch.
spinner has been replaced
There's his
by.
thing.
Get a look
This
at
is it.
Sam's thing.
Look at this! Look at this! Look at this! This is the spinner. This is the new spinner. This is it.
Oh man.
that. She threw $75 to get
Thank you, Chris. Chris, see, it's all love, Chris. Thank you. Oh man, too funny, too funny. So anyway, so the campaign goes for 30 days, guys. Today is the first day.
Yes.
First day bundle includes what? Sam, give it to them
The
again.
first day, only available for the first 24 hours. It ends tomorrow night, which is the Sin and Viejo cover. You're not going to be able to get it as an add-on. You're not going to see it anymore. There it is. And that
Limited
comes
time
with,
only, folks.
so you get that exclusive signed, numbered, limited edition Sin and Viejo cover along with the trading card, The Race. So again, it's not an add-on. You're not going to see it at
Sam
any
went all
other
out on
levels.
this, folks.
You won't be able to order it again after this. So it ends tomorrow night. So that's that cover.
Yeah.
Okay, another serious question. What was the
Litmus
litmus
test.
test on if the story held up after 20 years?
So, there was none. I don't believe in tests.
Yeah, I don't believe. I know, right? I wasn't good with tests.
Litmus. What does litmus mean?
Sam wants to create a new Alamo. Michael, he wants to make one where George can have a last stand with his spinners. I know, right?
That's it.
But
so what was the deciding factor on whether the story
I did.
held up after 20 years?
When I created it, it was the whole idea was just I was having fun. The story the characters told me what to write. You know what I mean? It was a fun project to work on, and it wasn't about. The intention wasn't create a story to stand the test of time. It was to create the story that I was supposed to write, and if it stood the test of time, then damn, thank you.
I think that, and I don't want to compare you to Shakespeare, although you probably love that.
Hold on.
Oh, you crazy.
Oh, you crazy.
But I
You're probably
think,
saying the things that
I
I'm
think you
thinking.
were writing themes, right?
There
and,
it
And
is.
when you think about the theme
Timeless.
that you were writing, it's a timeless theme.
Timeless themes.
Dad against the,
Yeah.
we talked about it earlier. It's
Ladies
that
and
father
gentlemen, me
against
and
the
George
son.
share a brain
We do,
sometimes.
dude.
Sometimes
We
we
do.
do. We really
We
do.
think so much
yeah,
alike.
we do.
But I
see
think
that?
that was part of it.
You see that? You see how I'm a ventriloquist?
Did he just call us dummies? This
His hand ain't up my. That's all I gotta say. His hand ain't going.
It's like whoop.
But,
Oh,
yeah,
you
yeah.
I'm like, whoop,
You
there
crazy
it is.
for real. But yeah, that's what I was just thinking, George. Honestly, yeah.
Yo,
The
Jay
themes are timeless.
Yeah, Jay says, I'm actually reading a book about the Alamo right now.
Nice.
Wow.
Well, you're going to be reading a lot about Texas. And you guys are taking a trip out to Texas.
Yeah, Johnny and I are gonna
Yes.
go out there.
That's
I'm
gonna be
actually
great.
surprised that Ani hasn't tried to sell something yet. Yeah, I
Yo,
know.
I've been waiting for my moment. Thank you, Crystal.
Well, you gotta remember.
Thank you. I don't have my books on me.
You
though,
gotta
so,
remember,
I can't do it,
Crystal.
but,
You gotta
thank
remember.
for remembering.
Ani Bell is the artist in this book.
True that.
Yes.
True that. I'm always
So
selling
he's
something, even
pimping
when I
already.
don't know it. Even when I don't know it,
Yeah.
I'm
You didn't
still
even
hustling.
know.
You see
I'm
that?
still hustling.
Look
Yeah.
at that. Look at that Forbidden #1 sketch cover by.
So those are
Ani
three
Bell.
covers
There it is,
for
there it is.
Forbidden. You get the sketch cover. There's the standard cover. And then there's the gold cover by Mr. Vera, Sam Vera himself.
Mr. Vera, I gotta ask, did that take you longer than most of your other covers? I'm just saying, because it looks like it's a very different style from your usual. I'm
Yes.
putting you on the spot. It
Well,
looks like it took a little more time.
It was because
I
I.
appreciate it, by the way.
Thank you.
Gotta say.
Yes, it did take me. It took me
Yeah.
time. When I did this, I wanted to have.
I didn't know who did it, honestly, when I looked at it. I was like, who? We got a new artist? Who's that?
Yeah, you like that?
I
You like
feel-
that?
Hey, I get props with props are due, bro.
Thank you,
Yeah,
thank you.
seriously. Yeah.
No. What I really wanted to create to show. I wanted a collage, and that's basically what it was. It's just to
Yeah.
show the
Right.
key characters that you're going to be introduced to
Good
in
stuff.
the second issue, which is book #1, which is the follow-up issue. And so there's Viejo, there's Sin, there's Arius, and there's David Hunter, and then you have the cloak figures.
I like how he's teasing certain scenes in the book, folks. I
Yes,
like that. I'm not
yeah.
gonna spoil it for you, but yeah, those
Yes.
are teasers. Right
So
there.
I wanted to be able to have another. I wanted to give as many options to the backers as possible, and there's a lot of covers in this Kickstarter. And because it was my first time coming on Kickstarter with Forbidden, I really wanted to try to give you guys a playground to just play and say, "Ooh, do I want that one or do I want this one or do I want that?" And for the big ballers, the big Forbidden fans, you can collect all the covers in one big bundle. So this is my way of just putting my flavor in this and making sure that even though I wrote it, that you also get a piece of artwork from me as well. Is George the inspiration for Viejo? Shit, poor George.
We answered that already.
No, we
Yes,
answered
he
that,
is.
Chris.
He is.
And I am.
totally.
You said I was, so we
The
decided I am.
youngest guy has the oldest attitude. That's
That's
the
it.
way
I'm
it
an
goes.
old man.
Yes.
He's the old man of the crew.
I got the oldest soul in here.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm an old man. I've been around for many, 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 many lives.
Yes.
Forbidden #1 standard cover by Aníbal Arroyo. So, the concept behind that one, Aníbal, what were you?
Which
What was your
which one are we looking
the
at?
top
Right?
one?
The one on top.
Oh, that just I wanted something that I could showcase the cast of characters that I knew at that point as being the main focus of the story, and I wanted to throw them all in kind of like a jam piece. And I'm always all about the collage covers, and I love the close-ups on the faces and that kind of stuff. So I felt that this was the best way for me to encompass kind of like the entire series to the extent that I knew how it existed at the time, and this was the way that I was able to convey that. And I tried to keep the elements that I knew, the stuff that I knew more about. You're gonna see those that are more the prominent characters. Like I knew a lot about Vox. Lord Vox is the king character up in the upper left. I knew a lot about Desiree on the upper right, and I knew a lot about Sin, the main character. The other characters I didn't know much about, so I tried to incorporate them to the extent that I knew about them. Arius I knew a little bit about, which is the bottom left, and Shaku I knew very, very little about, but I thought he was an excellent character, dope design on him, so I wanted him to be like almost a center point, so I put him in the back and the middle. And Viejo, the mysterious guy, the Yoda, the Mr. Miyagi, he's up in the upper right. And again, the transformation between Sin and what he would become later on, I tried to incorporate that as well in a minute kind of way, in a way that I didn't know much about him. I knew what he kind of would look like, but I know enough about him to kind of give him a more extended, a more. And I'm rambling here a little bit.
No.
This is what happens.
I'm kind of just I'm in the zone right now. So
No,
I'm just
I
gonna
feel
talk.
you.
But that's the reasoning behind why I did it that way, and hopefully that answers your question. And that's the motivation behind that particular layout.
The thing with the running
Yeah.
chat is that
going
Michael be acting up.
What did Michael say?
He goes.
He's hanging out
"Do
with
all-
Krista."
Do all the characters own Bowflexes? And if so, how often do they work out?
Yeah, they got nothing better to do. They're underground 24/7, so they
And
gotta find a way
remember,
to keep
and you
themselves
gotta remember,
occupied,
they're
you know?
living off the earth where they're not exposed to
Right,
burgers and
absolutely.
Whoppers and
Yeah,
all of these
absolutely.
syrups and all this crazy stuff.
If you look back
Lean,
in history, people in the
lean.
past were just diesel. Look at them; they were like cut up.
They were
Yeah.
strong as
Yeah,
hell,
they,
bro.
they just had awesome bodies.
Tell me about myself.
Oh, you crazy?
No, I do the voice best. Oh, you crazy.
Yeah. No, it's true. No, but that's
yeah.
what happens when you start going off on the cover, and then we have the Michael.
Yeah, that's the whole
telling
reasoning
jokes.
behind that. So yeah, I actually put some thought into the layout of that, and it went based off of what I knew on the story. So,
Nah,
yeah.
it looks
Now,
good,
I
man.
have a question for Mr. Anwar.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What do you got? What do you got?
Boulder
I
flex.
noticed that most of your covers are montage type of covers.
Yeah.
What is it about the montage that draws you to that so much?
I was always influenced, and I always admired the artist who did the covers and the promo work. I think Drew Struzan was one of them, but all the old Star Wars stuff, they always had like a montage thing where you saw like the bad guy in the background, you saw like Skywalker doing something cool with the, and I've always been a fan of that stuff. So that stuff obviously has always influenced what I do, and that's where that kind of stems from. So if you look at all those old movie posters, that's clearly what I was going for. So yeah. Thanks for asking though. Good question.
The Boulder flex.
Yeah, it's made from rock. Yeah, I get it, bro.
Boulder
the
flex.
Boulder flex. I like that. I like that.
geez.
Yes.
Oh
Yeah.
man, no, but it's listen,
stuff.
this book, 20 years in the making. Finally, it's out. Issue 0 was out on Indiegogo, and now we're moving it over to Kickstarter. And what do we have, like 7, almost 10 pledgers. So who we got next? Who's gonna be our 8th, 9th, and 10th pledgers out here? What else we got?
Yes, exactly. So I'm excited. I think when we left off in issue 0, for those of you who have issue 0, Sin Arius, just escaped the caverns. And so I think there's a big shock in issue 1 to what happens after they escape. A big shock factor to Sin, and definitely that there's so I don't remember which episode. I don't know who brought it up. Somebody brought it up. If Nokron is so powerful, why did David Hunter send the soldiers? And you're gonna find out, right? Because dang, my nurses are calling me. Got to go save lives. Till the next time,
yeah.
guys.
Oh,
Jason's
later, Jay.
Yeah,
Take
yeah.
care,
All right,
bro.
Jay. Yeah,
Thank you for
save those
stopping,
lives,
man.
bro. Go save those lives. That's important stuff.
There you go.
220 of the characters will be 500 pounds. You guys are crazy. So there's so I guess when you find out that your enemy or the prophecy is about to come true, you want to test the strength before you unleash.
It's like a chess game. You send out
Yes.
your pawns first.
Yes, you send out your pawns and you
Yeah.
want to see exactly how much of it is a threat.
Anybody who knows
How big is
war
the threat?
knows that game.
Yes, and so that's the reason why it's like a series of events that leads up to the ultimate conflict. I mean, man, the crazy thing is that we're only on the 2nd issue, but there's so much to this saga that is amazing. And I'll tell you right now, if we raise enough for this campaign to be able to completely pay for the entire series to be colored, the next campaign is going to be the graphic novel. But that all depends on how we do for this campaign.
Right, let's
If
get
we
it,
don't,
folks. Let's get it.
if we don't, then there'll be a issue 2, because it's issue 1. There'll be an issue 2 campaign. But the goal is I want to release the entire graphic novel, and it's 168 pages, guys, and that's not with the behind the scenes stuff. So that graphic novel is gonna be almost like 200 pages. I want to make a big collected book. I want a hardcover and a paperback. So like the
168 pages of pure story. And then everything
then
else is
additional.
addition.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
nice.
crazy.
Oh,
It's
man.
crazy.
Awesome.
It's epic. And so, it all depends on how we do. 750 is what we started just to do, but to actually pay for the rest of the 168 pages, we want to break that and open up some stretch goals, because that's going to be able to allow us the next campaign to just go straight up graphic novel, hardcore, and get that into the bookstores, because that graphic novel is going to pay for the ISBN number and barcode to go into stores and retailers worldwide, hopefully.
And Mark is signing off. Thank you for stopping in, Mark. Appreciate you, my brother.
Always a
Yes.
pleasure.
And
man.
Michael says,
roll the trailer. So here's the trailer for
Michael
Forbidden.
said, roll the
Yeah.
trailer.
I created Forbidden back in 2000. In 2005, it was well received by critics and fans alike at Comic Cons and local stores. My goal for Forbidden was to create an epic fantasy tale that would last for generations. I recruited a local artist, Anibal Arroyo, who took the helm on illustrating the first 2 issues, and only 2 issues back then. After over a decade in limbo, it was time to finish Forbidden and reintroduce it to the world. Deep within the Earth's core lies a race that has existed for thousands of years. A race who are forbidden from walking the surface of the Earth due to a curse cast upon them by the evil known as Nokron. Centuries later, the world has evolved, and so has Nokron, in the form of David Hunter, a billionaire whose intention is to dominate the globe. Legend has it that one day the son of Vox will rise from the ashes of the Earth to destroy all that Nokron has built. And that could never happen.
So that's the trailer. Sorry, yo, we gotta make a statement, bro. You know how it is. You know when the commercials. You ever wondered why when the commercials come on, they're louder than the actual movie you're watching?
Grab your attention and keep it.
Yes, may I have your attention,
Almost
please?
blew my speakers out. Didn't see it coming.
That means it's working.
That means it's working. Yes, but we would love for every single one of you to share the link with all your friends. For all you international supporters that want me to click the button and release it internationally, I will do it tomorrow. I gotta spend the morning wearing everything and then getting the international rates. But I'm gonna start with Canada. I'm just gonna start with Canada. So Canada, I got you. I will set it up tomorrow. I will do it based on demand. So if you call me from a country, I will go with that country one at a time so I can get the right shipping rates, because its international rates are crazy. So if you're willing to pay those rates, I'm willing to get it for you and get it to you.
Kilbert. One of my windows cracked on that first boom. Crystal, my ears go brrr.
Besides the cracked windows, what did you think? What did you think of the trailer?
that's
Do you think
great.
it was it told you enough of the story? Was compelling enough? What do you think?
Yeah, man.
I love the images of the bad guy. The different images of the bad guy.
What bad guy?
The villain.
Who's the villain?
The villain.
You mean Lord Vox or Nokron? Or I'm sorry, David Hunter or Nokron?
Hunter.
Okay.
Hunter's the dude. He reminds me of
Thank you, Gilly. Thank you.
he reminds me of like Lex Luthor. Smart, cunning.
Yeah. I mean, there's a scene. Oh, yeah, I just got a page from the colorist. Oh my gosh, she's doing an amazing job with the colors. And she actually sent me the colors for book 3, page 2. And she's on fire.
Yeah, no, she's doing her thing, man. She's from Brazil, right? Young lady from Brazil.
Yeah, she's from Brazil. She's killing it. But yeah, so we're excited. We're trying to get to 10 backers tonight. Can we get to 10 backers? Share it with a friend. Tell your people.
Thanks, Crystal.
What happened?
It's awesome. She's just saying.
Tinnitus.
Sorry
looks
about
awesome.
the tinnitus.
Thank you, Crystal. Yeah, I mean, I really love this product. I really love the series. George talked about, I should make it into a prose, but it all depends on how this does. Trailer pumps you up just like the characters are gonna pump you up. I'm going to pump you up.
Yeah.
Yes.
I must break you. Pick things up, I put them down.
Hey, wait. Speaking of pump up, has anybody remember the workout video that Dolph Lundgren released?
No.
So I think things by the wire. Somebody's phone's by the wire. So Dolph Lundgren released a workout video back in the 90s after Rocky.
Oh, yeah?
Yo, it was all calisthenics, no weights. I remember I did it the first time, man, and I couldn't walk for like 2 days. But then after you did it for then your body gets accustomed, then it was all right. But I remember Dolph Lundgren. It's time to pump up.
Pump it up.
Yes. So you got some great incentives. You got options of covers. You got you can collect all the covers if you're a badass. And you get that cover today. You're not gonna get it again after tomorrow night, 8 p.m. That could be why Canada is upset. I don't know, but we don't know. But you got all these bundles. I mean, you have several different types of stickers. You have the trading cards. You have the pinups. You have the bookmarks. You have the T-shirt.
And the T-shirt is great. I got the T-shirt.
Yes, Jonathan got the T-shirt. I mean, and then then there's the complete bundle, which comes with the commission sketch cover. OMG, I do it sucketh to the highest level of donkey because it was Dark Souls exercise. Oh, you had that one too? Yes, I had the Dolph Lundgren one. Then you collect, then you can be like, Mark said, Pokemon, collect them all and get every cover available except for the Sin cover because that's not available in that bundle and it's not going to be available outside of tomorrow night. And then you can just get the homage cover, which is the homage to Doctor Strange. Back in the I don't know when it was 12 cents at that time, so it was the 60s or something.
Ago.
I don't know, And then this is the retail bundle. So retailers, if you're out there, you will get an exclusive limited edition signed and numbered homage cover if you get this bundle, 10 copies of Forbidden #1. And if you want just 5 copies, you can get 5 copies of issue #1 and 0 and still get the homage cover with a certificate of authenticity just for you retailers. I got you. So that way you can go and auction it off or price it at whatever you want to price it or whatever you want to do. And then for you art collectors, who doesn't want to own that piece? And and I thought long and hard because I'm a big collector of original art, and that I love that piece. And that's penciled, so you get to own an original David Keeler's penciled framed. It comes framed with the actual cover.
Wow!
And that cover is a hollow fold
Ready
cover,
to hang.
so you get that with the cover. Original art shipped, packaged, or you'll get the Anibala Warrior Underground. It comes with the cover.
Gig.
And then if you want to add add-ons, you got the Sin and Area sticker, the Deseret bookmark, the Shaku pinup. Look at Shaku killing it. The Sin pinup. You got the Forbidden Zero holofoil, the sketch cover, the sketch book, the commission sketch card, the T-shirt, or the exclusive the race trading card. And so normally the trading cards, this is a limited edition exclusive because all the trading cards are going to be character based. This one's based on the plot. So and it's exclusive to Kickstarter. So
the $10 cards, that's basically those 2 cards.
No, it's front and back.
No, it's front and back.
Oh, nice.
Front and back.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
better.
Yeah,
Front and back. Now there's some goodies in there.
Yeah, so I mean, I worked really hard on this Kickstarter. Hoping to try to make it as exciting and fun and give you options. But I'm really more hoping to get it into as many hands as possible. It's really, the Indiegogo
always.
so Indiegogo was successful. But I'm hoping that Forbidden this is its new home, and hopefully that it does really well here. Again, I'm hoping that you enjoy it. I've gotten good feedback from anybody who supported issue 0. What you laughing at? Yeah, I know. And this one, I really just wanted one, coming out of the fire.
Something, man.
Coming out of the fire with Sin and Viejo. That's again, that's only available for the first 24 hours. And this is Forbidden, and there's issue 0. And there's some of the pages. Look at those beautiful pages, bro.
There it is.
Look at the
They
emotion.
look great, man.
Please buy something, man.
Yes.
It's my breakthrough project. That's how I got into the business.
They look
Yes.
really good.
For any supporters and lovers of my work, there it is. First time out. Right out the gate.
The balloons look like they're tied to Nocron's horns. Yeah, it's a party. I'm trying to make it fun. And I'm showing the screen, but you guys don't even see the screen. Where's the group?
Oh, I don't know. We're back.
Yeah, I'm showing the screen to us, but you guys don't even see it. There it is. So I was showing all that stuff, and you guys didn't even see it. But look at that beautiful artwork by Ani
Kron's a
Bal.
party animal. What can you say?
Oh, the balloons.
See that?
How did my promo go, Michael? I don't know what these guys talking
It
about.
was like the.
What else are you guys
so what else
working
you
on
guys
independently? Anybody?
Independently, Catch the Crazies, and Forbidden is all that I'm capable of doing this year, because I'm moving to Texas.
Go around the table.
And
John.
Right.
but at the end of the year, I will be launching on Indiegogo. There's Nailed in My Toilet, the graphic novel, on Indiegogo, full color graphic novel, will be the first of its kind, because when There's Nailed in My Toilet was released back in 2007, it was released in black and white, and it was available. It was distributed to bookstores nationwide. This time, going full color with it. So it'll be, and I'm going to raise the funds. Hopefully raise the funds on Indiegogo. So that's the only thing. These are existing projects. So, Jonathan.
There you go. Take it away.
I am going to work on Celestine. I promise, Michael. I'm working on Celestine. It will be coming out.
Celestine cometh.
Yes. Another story I'm working on is what I call verse books, which is Future Scope Showcase of verse books, where I take two characters and it's just an all-out knockout, drag-out fight. That's coming, and me and George are working on the remake of Street Journal, which is going to be huge, and George will piggyback that. We got some great stuff on that. So, the remake of Street Journal.
Speaking to the mic, John. The guy said,
I'm sorry.
Speaking to the mic.
Oh, sorry. The remake of the release of the verse book, Future Scope Showcase, the release of the verse book, the Celestine story, and the remake of Street Journal, which is going to be incredible. George could kind of piggyback on that. We raised it to such a higher standard. Really, really great. So, a lot of great stuff.
Yep. And I'm actually working on the second part to The Adventures of Wonder Duck, which is out now. Part 1 is out now. And part 2, hopefully I'm working on it now. The artists are, getting the artwork finished and should be out by next year sometime. So look out for that. I'm planning some stuff for that later on this year and even into next year. So I'll share more of that with you. Johnny said it right. We are working on Street Journal, which is, Sam's epic 168-page book. The Street Journal is also another epic, almost 200-page. Boy, it's crazy. It's bananas how long this thing is. It just gets longer and longer. So we're working on that. And, so that's what I'm, obviously other things we're always writing, as writers, we're always writing things. But those are the things that are in production right now for me.
All right. Yeah, Gil, no problem, man. I got you on the assist, man. I'm going to have to, if I don't already have you on social media as a friend, I'll send you a friend request. To answer your question, I am currently working on my very own graphic novel. Been working on that for the past few months. I'm trying to get, as I keep saying to the guys, my legalities in order before I start promoting the actual titles and anything substantial with it. I've been teasing the artwork all along, so if you follow me on social media, you'll see what I'm talking about. And as always, I currently have available, I don't have it with me right now in my hand, but Little Steve's Closet available through Dark Fire Press. Please purchase that. That is my very first creator-owned project, which I did with my very own two hands from start to finish. And it's a classic, I gotta say. And it's available in hardcover and softcover for the very first time. And once again, ordered through Darkfire Press, the imprint run by our good buddy J.M. DeSantis. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I also do have a prose. It's a short story, 68-page. It's called Arg, and it will be available on my website next week. And it's basically about this goblin who was born into a human family, a wealthy, affluent family that came from that are known throughout the neighborhood and they're socialites. And at birth, he was born at a certain time in I forgot what they call that. he was born at a certain time and date, which was very important for his destiny. And when he was born, the mother looked at the kid and screamed, and Arg, that became his name, Arg. And so she
I like it already.
she
I
told
had to
society
pick
she
that
had a
one up.
miscarriage.
Holy.
So they told society
Damn.
she had a miscarriage, and the kid was taken away. And so basically, he was supposed to be destined to be able to open up the gates to another world where the goblins come in and take over. There's a government agency that is aware of supernatural forces, and they're putting him through a lot of tests.
Is this a comic, graphic novel?
No,
or
it's a prose. It's a story.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I wrote the story,
Okay.
and
I
it's
like
going to
the
be
concept.
available
That
next
sounds
week on my website, and it'll be eventually available as ebooks and on Amazon and Barnes and Nobles,
Cool.
and then print on demand. So I'm doing it in phases. But yeah, so I decided to write it as a short story and get a temperature check to see. I wrote this a long time ago. It was supposed to be a picture book, but then I decided to go with just writing it as a story, and just to test my writing chops, and because it just felt better that way, and so look for that coming out. That was a project. It's completed, and it's just a short story, 68 pages, and hopefully people will like it.
Was he born on the cusp? I don't know if you know about astrology, where people. The cusp is basically when you're born between signs. There's certain dates in the astrology horoscope, and when you said born on a certain date, that's what came to mind. But
Yeah, you'll find out in the book, but he was on a specific time and date that he was born to in order to fulfill his destiny,
Gotcha.
and but then he's torn because he falls in. He loves his human parents, but he's not really human, and so he is torn between fulfilling what he doesn't know. Right, because that's who he's supposed to become, and protecting those who he loves but doesn't love him back. You know what I mean? So, and for a while they had him in the attic, and he would watch the family.
cold.
He would watch the family. He would navigate through the walls of the home. It's so you'll find out. It's very.
Sounds funny. You ask him a question, I'm not gonna get that away, but he
had him
did
in
do
the attic.
this. And he gives everything
What
away. I'm like,
happened was-
stop.
what happened was.
Nah,
Yeah.
it sounds really good though. It does sound good.
Yeah.
Gilbert, everything sounds promising. Glad to hear you guys stay busy. Maybe I should get back into it myself. You should, man.
Totally.
You should totally get back into it.
Never
Gil.
get out of it. Stay in it.
Gil, send me a message with that link to your book, bro, because I definitely wanna
I'm
pick
gonna
one up
send
from
you a
Indie
friend
Comics.
request
So
if I don't already have
send
you,
me
Gil.
send me that link.
For sure.
But yeah, no, this is good, man. So Forbidden, 20 years in the making. The Kickstarter is out now, so make sure you go to Kickstarter, type in Forbidden, and check it out. We're at $200 in, so the goal is $750. So we're almost at goal.
Yeah,
So
buddy.
that's good.
Yeah. So hopefully, by tomorrow. I mean, I was hoping tonight we get to 10 backers. If you're out there, I should have had the Canadian. Sorry, my buddy. But we'll get that fixed. But I do appreciate everybody support. This is I mean, there's a lot of great people that work behind it. I mean, right now this issue was illustrated by Anibal Arroyo. The next issue you'll see by Primi Santra. You have art by David Quiles. That picture right there on the screen, that cover piece was done by Eric Ifata, who is a big gaming artist. And he does a lot of world design for games, video games out there. So I was able to commission him to do that piece. So there's a lot of great talent that worked behind this. Years in the making. I'm happy and ecstatic that it's done, it's completed, and again, if we're successful and we go beyond 750 and break the stretch goals, then the next campaign and we raise enough to pay to complete the book, then the next campaign is going to be the graphic novel, and I'm looking for hardcover and paperback as well. So it all depends on what we do here. So if you can share it with friends and family, tell them about this. It is it's a great story. It's a really strong story, and it will last the test of time. I think so.
Yeah, I really like the painting, the face of Viejo. I mean, not Viejo, Lord Vox on there. You see, like, even the lighting that goes through his ear, like the attention to detail, the way the lighting goes through his ear.
That
Like,
hair is amazing.
Yeah, you got competition.
I gotta see that.
You got competition with the
dope.
bellows.
That is
Crystal,
dope.
cool, man. I'm glad you're working on something too.
Yeah,
I would love to know more about that.
Yeah,
at
so
some point.
real quick, and I just want to give Crystal a big shout out. She was one of our biggest supporters on the Catch the Crazies. She had one of the highest levels she pledged to. And part of that was promoting her on the show. She's a writer, and she's currently writing. She'll tell you a little bit more about it because I don't want to get it wrong, Crystal. But she's looking for an artist. She's looking for an artist who does adult themed artwork. It is I'm gonna call it a graphic novel, but it's in the manga style of graphic novels.
Okay.
So hentai is kind of like the theme.
Yeah, that's like.
So it's
thing.
very,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
it's for a mature audience, and she's looking for an artist. So if you guys are listening and you are an artist,
I would have
who
said I'm your man,
would
but
want-
as soon as you said anime or manga, that
Yeah,
threw me off a little bit.
yeah. So check her out, Crystal. I'll we'll post your information. You guys can reach out to her, and you guys can
She
coordinate.
actually did something with you guys in terms of writing,
Yes.
included in
Yeah,
one of the,
she did. She
yeah,
did a one pager in
Right.
our last Kickstarter
that's
issue
included
2.
in what, in the Crazies.
That's in the
issue two?
Crazies issue
Okay,
2. Yeah.
Okay, nice.
So yeah, so she is a writer and she's looking for an artist. So if anybody's out there, it's a paying gig. There is a budget. You guys can go over that with her. So make sure you hit
I
her
know
up.
a lot of artists. I'll hit some people
Yeah,
up and
yeah,
let
so-
them know.
Yeah. So we'll spread the word, Chris, so you can get your stuff out.
Yeah, Crystal's been amazing. I don't take offense to anything she says because she talks with passion and conviction, and it's all out of heart. And she's been a really good supporter of ours, and I would say a friend. And I'm glad that Krista, that you've been around, and we're hoping that I would love to see your product out there, and we got to schedule you on the show.
Yeah.
I'm not afraid to have you on the show. George might be afraid to have you on the show, but I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid
That bus.
to take a stand.
Jorge, right under that bus. Right.
Everybody, come shake my hand. Let's walk this walk together through the storm. Remember that?
Is that Eminem?
Eminem, yes.
Yeah.
Oh man.
And a great talent and a great writer.
Yeah.
Really
George,
great
stay
writer.
scared.
He said, "Are all those bottles empty?" Yep.
Yeah, man. I haven't had a refill in like forever.
We'll be finishing this one up when the lights go out, when the
Yes.
camera goes off.
Turn on the spotlight.
Oh,
But yeah, I mean,
You are
you
too
know,
sweet.
again, I'm so thankful for everybody. I'm glad that we were able as a crew to get this together and everybody in the studio. It's been long overdue, so Catch the Craze is still going to go strong. If you're watching this and you're new to Catch the Craze and you're on Twitch, on Twitter Live, or Facebook, please subscribe. So who is driving you home? I'm actually driving myself up.
home, so yeah, I gotta sober my ass up before I get home. Yeah,
oh
buddy.
man.
Damn, what was I gonna say?
No, you was talking about subscribing.
Oh yeah. So, if you're watching the show, give us a thumbs up. And if you're new to this, please subscribe. Help us to get monetized. The goal is to get monetized. We're like 600 backers away from starting monetization. We have the views. We just got to get the subscribers. And so we do appreciate every single one of you. Please share this link to Forbidden. I'm going to put it again in the chat. Share it with a friend. I don't know what the hell that is. ¿Qué pasó? What is that? That's a whole lot of stuff there. What is that? Hold up.
What are you talking about?
His bets.
Chris, I'm dying over here. I'm trying to stay awake. I'm dropping bottles.
And I just wanted to ask, how many more of these are we doing? Like, just let the people know if you're ready to, share that information.
Oh well, so basically,
what I mean by that is live in the studio.
live we can, we have the monthly live show coming up, which is just around the corner. So the live shows will be as
Don't
many.
want to miss that.
Yeah, so the monthly live show's right around the corner. We're getting close to 300 episode. That's going to be huge. And we're also getting close to our second year anniversary of our comeback, which is in September 9th.
Ooh.
So I don't know if I'll be in Jersey September 9th or I'll be in Texas. I know that my wife will be in Texas August 1st. Johnny and I are going to drive out there together. He's going to do a road trip with me to Texas.
With 2 dogs.
With 2 dogs.
This is
When
gonna
do
be
you
now
come
that's
back?
gonna be interesting.
From Texas.
I'll be back on the 8th. of August.
August 8th. So
That
we won't
will
be doing a live show then.
trip.
Huh?
So there won't be a live show here. Because the next live show is August 4th.
August 4th. Oh, I'm here. We're leaving August 5th.
You said August 1st, no?
No, 5th. No, my wife leaves the 5th.
Oh, okay. So you leave the 5th.
So
Yeah,
we
yeah.
do one show before you
So
hit the road.
August
Yes.
4th,
All right,
live.
August
There it is.
4th will be
All right,
live.
all right,
The
yeah.
last one. El último.
Right.
And it makes sense because the next morning, Johnny and I hit the road.
That's it. With the dog.
And watch that show because I just found out I'm driving at night, which means we
You
may
should
not
have the
make it to
dogs
Texas.
on.
So you want to
That
watch
really
that show?
may be the last show.
That may be literally the last show.
Johnny's a hot mess, bro.
We should have the pleasure to meet these dogs, man. Seriously.
Johnny's a hot mess. But yeah, so yeah, Johnny's gonna see the new place in Texas, and he'll drive out there with me, and but then I'll be back to sell this place, and while my wife is settling in out there, and then hopefully we can sell it within 30 days, and then I'll be heading out there once it's done.
Done.
And remember to support Michael and my passionate story, George Wiki, Return of the Spinner King. There you go. Return of the Mac.
Michael. Oh, you guys got a story? Nice. Oh, that's funny.
Yes. So
He
again,
said wiki. It's wick.
I saw an E.
Yeah, wick.
There's an E at the end.
Yeah, Wick.
John Wick is with an E? Is it? Hold on. John Wick doesn't have an E.
Hold up.
Yeah, John Wick.
And
He
on
said,
to
is
further
John taking the
news.
plane ride back or is he hitchhiking back to Jersey? I think you guys are flying back, right?
John Wick.
think so.
John Wick does not have an E at the end.
Damn,
still talking about
my man looked it up.
I'm just saying. So it's Wiki.
No,
He's
no.
committed to
Loco,
that one.
It's not wiki. I think you need like an IE to be wiki. Like,
Copyright? What are you talking about? Copyright, Crystal?
Is John taking the plane right back?
Please
Copyright.
expand on that. I don't know.
I don't know what she's talking about. She comes from left field sometimes. I don't know if it's Tourette's or what.
I need to know. Expand on that when you get a chance. Crystal.
Yeah, I'm not sure what you're talking about.
oh man.
Yeah, so I mean, that's just cool. So again, Forbidden on Kickstarter. John Wick is copyright protected. Oh yes. Oh, that's why you put Wiki.
Look at her. She's smart.
That's why she put Wiki.
Wiki wick.
So yeah. So again, thank you everybody for joining us tonight. I truly appreciate every single one of you. Please share with a friend. Give us a thumbs up if you're watching the show. Subscribe if you have not subscribed. Remember, the next live show is the 4th with the crew, and then that's it. And let's help me make Forbidden a success.
Yes.
So with that said, Johnny, but you have any last words?
Had a great time with the 4 horsemen.
Wow, Hannibal, you're a ventriloquist.
How did you throw your
I thought he
voice?
said John. I heard John.
I heard Hannibal.
Yeah.
Oh no, I heard
Did he
you.
say Hannibal? Damn, I missed that.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I don't know. Maybe I had too much of this. Yeah, what John was saying, basically, thanks for the support, guys. Thanks for tuning in. And yeah, John, take it away, buddy. You got
Or
it.
you finished off with what I said. There you go. Bam.
Done.
George, anything for you?
Nah, I'm good, man. Guys, support the Kickstarter. We are just a few dollars away from it. And remember, the first day bundle, $25 gets you that never again printed cover of Sin.
You're not
on
going to
the
get it
cover.
after
So
8 o'clock tomorrow night.
Make sure that you pledge within the
Special.
next
It's
24
very
hours.
special.
So check that out.
Yes.
Big shout out to the guys. Thank you guys for coming in.
Yes.
It's live. Make sure you subscribe,
So-
like, comment, all that.
Yeah.
Hopefully,
Yeah,
I can remember everybody. So thank you, Gilly. Thank you, Michael. Thank you, Mark. Thank you, Ray Felix. Thank you,
Jay,
Russell,
Jason.
Jay Salazar, Crystal,
Daphne.
Daphne,
else was
Bonet, Omar, Sebastian
Seabass.
Bonet.
Mark Torres. You got.
Yeah, I got Mark Torres.
Joe Holly. Big
Yeah.
shout out to
Joe
Joe
Holly.
Holly. Thank you, Joe.
Yes,
Joey
Yeah,
Crack.
yes, thank you, everybody. I'm Sam, the Crazy Man Rivera,
George the Dreamer Medina.
and I'm gonna leave you with Forbidden. We out.
I created Forbidden back in 2000. In 2005, it was well received by critics and fans alike at Comic Cons and local stores. My goal for Forbidden was to create an epic fantasy tale that would last for generations. I recruited a local artist, Anibal Arroyo, who took the helm on illustrating the first 2 issues, and only 2 issues back then. After over a decade in limbo, it was time to finish Forbidden and reintroduce it to the world. Deep within the Earth's core lies a race that has existed for thousands of years. A race who are forbidden from walking the surface of the Earth due to a curse cast upon them by the evil known as Nokron. Centuries later, the world has evolved, and so has Nokron, in the form of David Hunter, a billionaire whose intention is to dominate the globe. Legend has it that one day the Son of Vox will rise from the ashes of the Earth to destroy all that Nokron has built. And that could never happen.